Welcome to episode 3 of Casters and Castles, Casters and Castles. That's what it's called.
You just said the same thing twice, but...
Yep, Casters and Castles. Welcome. It's been a long time. A little bit of a break in between
It's been
the
2
episodes.
weeks. Or 1 week?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks?
We've done an episode every other week, essentially. We've done half the amount of episodes we should have done at this point, and also Johnny's away next week, which is why we had originally planned to do a 5-week campaign. So, it's going to be a fortnightly show.
Yeah. All right. Well, we've barely sorted out the mic situation, but in the last episode, you guys fucked up.
Wow.
That's a strong way of putting it.
Depends who you ask, really.
Sure.
We won a fight.
Yeah. I fragged this guy.
Yeah.
I ruined him.
Guy is a strong term.
Well, I mean, he
Sure.
was male.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. He was a male.
Ruined him.
So,
A very young male.
everyone's gained a
just-
level
just a
from
number.
killing a child. You're now on our level 4.
Can we
so
just go
you're
around
leveled up.
killing children for levels?
No,
Can we farm kids?
no,
Jesus Christ.
absolutely not. But to recap, you guys were kind of role playing as murder hobos, I believe is the correct term for it.
No. Wait, that's
No,
That's
to
bullshit.
recap, Johnny jumped out of a bush that he didn't need to leave.
It was a patrol. They were trying to kill us.
So just so you guys are aware, you took a command spell of a sergeant, or you commanded him to walk into town. At this point, he is now aware that he has been mind controlled, as well as the person who was keeping you guard is also now aware of being mind controlled. You also told the guard where you were going. You also told him if he knew where DOTAIN'S ROCK was. So he now has that information.
Wait, which guard?
As well, the original guard when you were in the basement. You
Bloody
asked him, Alan.
You're a moron.
You asked him, do you know where DOTAIN'S ROCK is? So
Fuck!
they are now aware of your destination.
Oh, fuck!
I feel like I'm being reprimanded by Mom right now.
Outside joys of a payer.
Not only this, but the survivors also know all of your faces.
Oh, we should have killed everyone.
They, yeah, well, no, please don't do that. But they also know all of your faces, obviously, because they saw you walk out of the village. There's a group of them who are now aware that they've been. Well, one of them's aware that he's been mind controlled-ish. Mitch, your character Eren Vol, he decided to listen to a random impulse at the back of his mind.
Yeah.
You murdered a child.
Well, I mean, I defeated him in combat.
You let him run
So
away,
you
and then
have
you
split personality
throwing axed him
disorder
over
in the
time.
back. You killed the child, and
He's gonna
you've-
die anyway. I chopped his arm off.
it's considered an evil act in
It
my
was
eyes.
definitely gonna die.
Definitely a mercy kill.
It was, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Still
you were
considered an
visited
evil
by
act.
your spirit guide.
Yeah, and you received a vision, a dream of this deity. Your character is unaware of what that deity is, but essentially spoke to you and told you that there will be repercussions.
Yeah. Basically, my character is an Asimar, so a lot of them they all have a guide of sorts because they are descended from angels. Obviously, fragging a kid is not what would be considered an angelic behavior.
Really?
So I can only assume that my spiritual guide will seek to reprimand me as well. But
Yeah.
it's good content.
So where you last left off, you fended off the patrol who was coming to collect the taxes in the town. You murdered a lot of them. One of them escaped.
Defeated in combat.
One of them did escape. He knows that one will know all of your faces with the exception of Lysha.
Which one escaped?
I was a giant.
you're
spider.
a giant spider, so he knows all of your faces with the exception of you.
Which one
Thomas, the twin brother of the one you slit the throat of.
escaped? I thought I got them both.
No, he ran away before. I think it was Johnny tried to run after him but couldn't catch him.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Johnny couldn't catch a fucking cold, mate.
So, but not only that, I mean, well,
We sent the most athletic among us.
Yeah.
And shit, you were unaware of the situation because you're a bot. I tried to do something.
so you also have in your possession a small little river dwarf by the name of Olika, who you probably forgot
In our
about.
possession.
Not really
I
possession,
didn't
she's
forget about
a
Olika.
traveling companion.
I definitely remember our super fan.
Yeah, and the super fan, she's been helping you, set up camp, and you guys have been, as it stands right now, where you're at a campsite. You've set up for the night. You're all well rested. You've woken up from a cold sweat, but I mean, presumably you've returned back to sleep or taken watch. But it's now the morning time. And you're deciding to pack up the camp itself, and it's time to decide. What you're doing, where you're setting off. I believe you're on your way, last, to try and find DOTAIN'S Rock.
Yep.
Olika claims that she has heard of it. She knows roughly where it is.
West, wasn't it? No, it wasn't west.
God knows what's west.
Yes.
There's no telling what lies west.
I don't know where West
Does
is.
anyone even know what West is anymore?
Johnny
it's
the
a
Wise
direction.
claims to know where west is.
Do any of us have a compass?
We have the sun,
Johnny is the Papega compass.
the Papega compass.
No, if I'm the true compass, then I'm not Papega.
That's true. I feel
That's
like
why
we've done this before.
Yeah, we've been here.
We've been here before.
Deja vu's a thing.
Okay. I think I want to keep watch. outside
I mean, it's morning time.
Okay.
As it stands, you're all essentially packing up. We've had a hearty breakfast cooked with fish rations that Olika has prepared herself.
Damn.
Yeah.
Because she fed her entire village and we took her from them.
Uh-huh.
Great.
Don't worry about the village. I'm sure they'll look after themselves. They won't have a
Olika, how
starvation
kind of you
crisis.
to make us so much food.
So,
I have a question.
the straw pot, yes, yeah.
Do people with beards in real life also get hair in their mouth?
Probably.
I don't know, I've never had a beard.
I don't think so. I don't think it's kind of long and
Depends.
Because I get it, and I'm just wondering, like,
Hair in your mouth.
yeah, from the fake beard.
So
those
sucking
like,
your beard.
Real beards probably
no, I don't
shed less.
suck it, you mong.
All right.
Okay, I'm stopping the voting. Twitch chat has voted on a player,
Okay.
and the winner is, by one vote, Allan O'Dale.
Yes!
For what? For some great miracle?
So, as you're
Some
packing up the
fantastic-
camp to leave,
Will it be better if you always say the result, or should you just integrate it without telling us?
just gonna integrate. Well, I mean, you'll find out what this is.
So I'm trying to figure out. No one voted for me. I'm trying to figure out if that's because they didn't want me to get screwed over, or they didn't want me to potentially benefit.
How do you vote for people?
We're not really supposed to know that. But. Right. Well.
Okay, roll a wisdom saving throw.
Cool. 16.
Alright.
16.
Also, the battle mat isn't on, by the way. I don't know if that was intentional or not.
Yeah, it's alright. The battle mat is on.
Because you can always roll on here, so well, I mean, people would be able to see it. Carry on.
Do you notice nothing untoward?
Wow.
Oh dear.
Cool. I guess nothing's happening then. I feel real safe. Olika, where did you say we were passing again? Was it via the Lord's mansion? Is there a way around?
Well, the Lord's mansion is nearby. Yeah. He
Whoa, Olika, what a deep cough. Are you a serial smoker?
Yeah. I dabble with the pipe weed a little bit from time to time.
I smell my own fish inside my lungs.
I would fain circumvent said Lord's manor. I don't really think we need to be seen anywhere near an official building.
Yes,
Right,
I think that would be wise. Yes.
I believe we should go towards DOTAIN'S Rock.
Yes, I
Today?
mean,
Danes.
DOTAIN'S.
good choice. Yes. Well, I believe I know which way it is roughly based off the landmarks and the you see the trees, the birds, the sun, the rivers, the wind.
Do you know anything about this? This is full of shit.
I believe I can find
Actually,
it.
all of those things can be used to navigate, so if she thinks she's got a good sense of direction, I generally trust her. But can we maybe confer, the two of us, on the sun to see that we agree which direction is which?
Yeah, sure. Well, the sun is, of course, rising in the east.
Right.
So we need to go
And
southeast.
she's fine.
Okay, good. She's not a Papega compass.
Yeah. So
So is DOTAIN'S Rock to the southeast then?
Yes. That's what she says.
Or should I
believe
roll like
so.
a perception check to see if I can tell if she's full of shit or if she knows her stuff? survival
Sure.
and like all that is one of my
Yeah.
skills, if that's helpful. Or
I mean,
survival, maybe. Whatever.
Would you know where DOTAIN'S Rock is, though? I mean,
Shoot, no.
obviously
No,
you don't
but
because
I
you're
know
asking.
generally, like, if she's telling me what direction she wants to go in, if we
Yeah.
are in fact going in that direction, you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
she's
I mean,
she's
She
You
said
don't
we
need
should
to-
go southeast.
you don't
Can
need
you
to-
tell if
Southeast,
she's
she's
actually
saying, yeah.
pointing southeast?
yeah.
Do you need to
She
roll
is.
to know? Yeah,
Cool,
you don't
then
need
we're
to.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good. Good. She seems to know where she's going roughly. Now, I mean, it's up to you guys. If you'd like to travel by road,
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose it would be faster. Obviously,
No,
a
no,
little,
no,
bit,
no,
a little bit more risk
it's
attached.
Olika, did you say that the Lord's Mansion is southeast as well?
Yeah, it's near. It's near. I don't know exactly where it is, but it's.
All right, let's just cut to the chase. Whatever route you take us, I hope it doesn't go remotely near this mansion or any other sign of life, any other sign of civilization.
Okay.
We must needs use stealth.
I'll try. Yeah.
Lysha knows how to navigate the forests. I mean, we can easily take a forest path, no?
I don't know these forests like the back of my hand, but I can absolutely help guide us safely if she knows the direction we're going.
I can try and suppress the humming that ripples through my head at all times, and we'll travel stealthily.
I'm sorry, what?
Hmm?
Humming
Humming.
through your head?
Yeah, I tunes constantly.
Well, you're like a
I'll try-
dolphin
Oh.
and you have like
Oh,
a.
I see.
You receive
I
sounds
see.
in your
I'm
forehead
sorry.
and then like
It
you
sounded
translate
like
them.
you were suggesting there were voices in your head.
Occasionally as well.
I don't
Nothing
know
too
anything
bad.
about that. Let's pack this fucking camp up.
Yeah. So the camp is pretty much all packed up at this point. And
I'm
you're-
suddenly disconcerted by like all the people around me. Sorry, go
Yeah,
on.
you're traveling on your way through what you believe to be the directions, and you're passing by great oak trees that seem to have been here for many, many years. They're standing tall and wide, thick, girthy trees, you know.
Keep us updated.
Yeah, but
picture your progress.
yeah, as you're traveling through, you know, the sun starts to get higher and higher in the sky. The early morning dew and mist starts to dissipate as well as you're traveling through what you believe to be the southeast. You're trusting Olika, Lysha confirmed as well, and you're starting to see it's getting a little bit overcast. So you're expecting possibly a bit of rain, to come. But you're passing through the forest, and every now and then you see these open fields with small villages, very small villages. Just a little bit of smoke maybe coming out of a chimney. Simple folks, but small villages nonetheless. And I mean, it's up to you guys. Olika recommends that you stick to the edge of the forest, try and stay out of line of sight, but it's up to you guys. Again, at the end of the day, she is really following you and trying to take you to your destination.
How are we doing on provisions?
Well, I'm just going to assume that you're good. I'm not going to track that because that's boring.
Okay.
So I'm going to assume that you're always going to have provisions.
We seem to be doing fairly well.
Yeah, unless something drastically bad happens, like, I don't know, you get shipwrecked again, and you might lose something.
Cross
Run
that
to
bridge
a
when we come
giant
to it.
dragon. I would say we should.
I suggest
we
we
don't.
stay away from the buildings and in the forest as
I
well.
mean,
I'm with
what do we
Oliver
need
on
inside
one.
this village? Except we're going to get a fight. I'm sure of it.
It may be interesting if we made friends with the villagers. We could attempt to lure any people following us.
I
onto
wouldn't
the
say our
path.
track record is
That's
great
true,
at
but
this
our
point.
attempts at statecraft so far have been rather poor.
Well,
I
then,
am much more comfortable in the protection of the forest than between such uncomfortable buildings.
Yeah, they're probably morons anyway. Just do something else.
pot? Is that you?
Okay.
Kettle?
Kettle's over there, yeah. Well, how quickly do you think word has travelled of what has happened? Because surely, if there's any sort of united governance of these villages, then the local militia would surely seek to end our lives.
Well then, let's continue along our path.
Yep.
Let's continue along the woods. We shan't meddle with the villagers.
Yeah, you pass by the villages, and you just see them. Some of them attending to their fields, not really aware of your presence at all. Actually, they're just continuing with their work, and you're passing through, and you get in a day of traveling actually with pretty much no issues. It's hard work, but eventually the sun starts to set. Olika scouts a little bit ahead, and she finds a suitable place to sort of set up camp as well for the night. And nothing
It's
really.
a pretty uneventful day.
Yeah, pretty uneventful day of you just traveling.
Okay.
And you take your watches and you rotate around. Again, you wake up early in the morning, but this time you see that it is the sky is definitely grey. It's starting to look a little bit messy in terms of the travel. Definitely a big storm on the way almost as well. Possibly the same storm that was traveling across the lake is now starting to meet you here.
And we outpace the storm. That's next level.
Yeah.
Well, weather's weird, sometimes it goes this way, that way,
Just keep your voices up if you can.
Bit of time,
We haven't had much luck with the storms before. Perhaps we should seek shelter.
The last time there was a dragon in a lake, but I agree. We'd best try and find some form of succor.
A dragon in the lake? Who knows what hides in the forest? Dragon in the forest, perhaps, as well.
Any thoughts, Johnny the Wise?
No.
Johnny the Wise, we turn to you in our moment of need. What is the wise decision? To seek shelter or to continue through the forest?
A wise man once said nothing at all.
And suddenly all of my fears in my heart have been quelled by that stroke of wisdom from
All right.
Jonathan.
Well, I'm gonna look around and see if I can find some form of shelter. Maybe like an old shanty. Maybe there's a town. We're gonna be forced to go into a town, and so be it.
I could create little mini earth shelters, maybe, that would just be like little humps of earth that we could like make like sleeping bags.
I don't want the lady lumps. I want a bed.
Well,
Well, I
as
mean,
you're,
a bed, and then maybe never mind. I still want a bed.
as you're packing up your camp, it starts to drizzle a little bit now. So the weather is starting to pick up, and there's you can hear the wind just kind of working its way throughout the trees in the forest, making all sorts of sounds
I
and
still
noises.
think the forest is a safer place to be.
Yeah, I mean, it's just you don't notice anything eerie about the storm. It's just a weather, you know. It's just
Storms are not particularly pleasant.
sure, right? Yeah.
I mean,
Also,
I
I'm-
feel a lot more comfortable with the fact that there's not a storm in my living room, so I do feel like the effects happening in the story aren't really that bad. We'll just power through it.
I see. I think he would
Maybe
like
you
you.
should play
I
us
think
some
he would
thunder
like you to
sound
simulate a
effects.
storm in here. Do you want to start throwing things at him?
So we got snowmaking and some rain.
It's Olica at the sign of the
I'm
drizzle.
sorry, I feel like I fucked up that. The entire point is just sorry for us to.
It's alright. You're a fucking maverick.
Oh,
Olica looks up at the sky and starts to smile at the rain, you know, and she says, "Oh, this is a good sign. We're gonna have a good days of traveling with this."
What do you mean?
Well, I'm a river dwarf. You know, it's water. We tend to just like it. The rain, it's a good sign. It's a good omen.
So you like traveling in the rain?
Well, yeah, in my culture, rain is seen as a good sign of good luck. It's every time there is rain, you know, the harvests are bountiful. You know, the fish are plentiful in the rivers and the seas. It's
Well,
always a good sign.
This may be the one time I'd ever wished I could appropriate your culture, but the rest of us, I think, are going to struggle with this sodden.
Oh no, I think it's a lovely idea.
Great. All right.
Well, just the two of us then, Eren.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
this armor doesn't exactly take well to water.
Why exactly are you going to DOTAIN'S ROCK anyway?
DOTAIN'S Rock?
Well, for
it's-
an adventure.
It's a pilgrimage.
Oh, but what's the point? Why are you going?
just vacation.
What's a vacation?
It's simply when you travel to a place to hang out for a few days and have a good time.
Well, why do you want to go there?
I've heard many good stories about this place, and I'd like to see what it's like.
It's a little bit scary. It's full of giants.
Is it full of giants, yeah?
What? Yeah, it was the old giants' fort. The old stories. It was King Magnus beat them up, kicked them out. But now, I mean, who knows? It's been abandoned for years and years. It's going to be filled with all sorts of nasty creatures. I don't know why you'd want to go there.
Exactly. It will be interesting, exciting.
We would
That's
discover
we're
what
about.
became of the place after all these years. And for some of us, it's a spiritual journey of redemption and not allowing outside forces to dictate your behavior.
Excuse
Okay.
me.
What do you know of the place, Olica? What's your background with DOTAIN'S Rock?
Well, I mean, I've read it in the books and the stories, but I mean, I just don't really know why anyone would want to go there.
Do the stories say of what it's like now?
It's a bit of a no man's land. I know that King Magnus kicked out the giant king
Yeah.
of Dotain. I'm going to stop doing the voice now. Sorry. It's going to ruin your immersion, but it's ruining my vocal cords. So, you know, she explains, you know, that it's in the fairy tales that she's read, the adventures, she's known that it was originally a big fort that was home to many giants. You know, Dotain, the giant king.
Yeah.
And eventually he was rallied and kicked out by King Magnus. And they enjoyed a good century or so of peace. But since then, you know, King Magnus's time has come and gone, and the fort has been abandoned.
Well, we need
since
the relic in there. So.
Olica, we're going to level with you. We're not just there to search and go for a redemption arc, like one of your anime fairy tales that you read so often.
I don't know what that means, but okay. Yeah.
We're there to acquire a magical relic. Of what it is, we're not quite sure, but Something very powerful lives in DOTAIN'S Rock.
Why? Why do you need the relic?
The fate of a nation rests on our shoulders.
Oh my goodness.
Big shit, Olika. Big shit.
Okay.
And we need your help. Have you heard of such a relic in DOTAIN'S Rock? Do any of the stories speak of it?
I haven't, no.
You useless.
Now.
You
Simply just getting there
She
will
knows
be...
how to get there.
Be jolly. Be jolly.
Sorry, Olika. No, you have been incredibly useful to us so far.
Well, yeah, she starts packing up some more. She's got a grin on her face now, she's feeling more useful than before, after explaining the fairy tale of DOTAIN'S Rock. I believe she already explained it as well earlier, but it has been 2 weeks.
Yeah, but now I took notes.
Yes, yes. And,
What's Olika's AC, just out of curiosity?
No.
Don't tell me, it's better game.
Oh, no.
Did I just wondering?
huh?
Just wondering.
Yeah, I mean, she has an AC.
Okay. That's good at least, yeah. Alright.
Yeah, so she starts packing up, and now she's got like the backpack on, and she's ready to start trekking and moving forward. And the rain is starting to pick up a lot more, but she's kind of beckoning you all to follow and say, "Come on, time is of the essence."
In this fucking rain, my armor will rust.
We've got to keep moving forwards. What do you want to do? Stay in the forest?
I have no choice. I guess I'll just struggle through it. If you seem happy with it and you seem happy, I'll just grin and bear it.
Druid, do you have any way to help us power through the rain? Do you have any cantrips or spells?
Yeah, surely you can just...
Well, I certainly have spells, but I wouldn't want to waste them for such a thing as a light rain.
Wow,
Yes,
it's an
of course our
inconvenience,
comfort on this travel is entirely frivolous.
I'll trade you. If you help us through the rain, I'll heal you if need be.
I'm not wasting a second level spell on you staying dry.
What's a second
Then
level
I
spell?
won't waste a spell on healing you up.
Really glad we had this chat, guys. How about we just set off?
Yeah,
Did you say you'll
Olika's
never
already.
heal me?
Don't fear not. I'll heal you. The wizard will come around.
Olika is.
The cleric. My apologies. If you do dress like a wizard, you will be dressed as a wizard.
Olika is traveling now without you as
Okay.
the bickering is going.
I will try and keep
I'm
Olika
gonna
with
keep
insight.
up with Olika
Because she is my
if I
beacon
can.
of survival right
She's
now.
shouting, "Come on!"
All right,
I'm
waddling
following
after
her as
Olika.
closely as possible.
Bloody
So
blood dwarf.
again, this is your second day of traveling now, and some time has passed. You're wading through the forest, and the trees. Honestly, they do a decent amount of cover from the rain.
Okay.
But you can tell the way it's starting to pick up as well. The winds are getting worse, kind of battering against you now. Again, the trees, they do a decent job of mitigating a lot of the rainfall, but you can definitely tell it's starting to storm now. You can hear the pitter-patter as it hits the branches and various
Are we still next
As
to
we stop
fields?
for a moment, if we're pausing for a quick second while you're describing this, I would like to use my cantrip Druidcraft to create like a little glowing orb for a second that predicts the weather for the next 24 hours in this location.
Oh, this min-maxer.
Oh,
All right, yeah, sure.
I love it. I love it.
Okay.
Is that a thing?
Yeah,
That's incredible. That's
Oh
a
my
cantrip?
God, yeah.
that's a cantrip.
That's amazing. Okay. Right. Bring the prophecy.
Yes. So what you see in your orb of the weather, and it tells you either spiritually, mentally, I don't really know how the spell works too much, but you sense a link in your
The
mind.
effect might manifest as like a little orb, that kind of like, think of like a
It's a snow globe.
snow globe, and that will show me what the weather will look like for the next 24 hours in this little snow globe.
Yeah. So in the surrounding area, the rain is going to pick up pretty bad. It's going to be, that scene from Lord of the Rings as the hobbits arrive in the first human village, and the rain is really pouring
Bree?
down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bree, yeah. Very much, it's going to get to that point where it's
Okay.
just very heavy rain going to be starting to fall. But there's no thunder or lightning. It's purely just
really bad rain.
uncomfortable.
River Dwarf, would this qualify as pleasant travelling conditions for you and your kin?
Well, we don't travel too far away from the home base and the clan, but generally speaking, yeah, it's a good omen. Usually a lot of pilgrimages from my clan would set off during periods of heavy rain.
If it rains too heavy and the mud starts to create a bog, we might have to carry this little river dwarf.
Oh, don't worry about me. No, our people are built for it.
Built for wading through mud with those stumpy little legs?
Yes.
Worry
yes.
not. If it gets too difficult for you, I can always transform again.
That would be lovely. Ride a spider wolf through the desert.
Do you,
Through the desert? Through
I
the
see.
forest.
Can you prepare the level 3 spell, fuck you, DM?
So you continue to travel forwards, and eventually you come out of the forest, and you can definitely tell. I mean, it's dark, overcast clouds above you. The rain is pouring quite heavily. It's a bit of an open field, and you come across a road now that's leading across, and a huge river, very big river. You estimate it to be about 110 feet
Across?
Across, yes.
110 feet across.
A huge river, yes.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And as the rain is picking up, the river is starting to thrash as well now, and it's picking up speed, and it's getting, the swelling at the riverbanks.
Yeah.
And what you do spot as well, just down the road, is a bridge as well, a wooden bridge. It looks quite decrepit. It looks quite old, and it looks like it's on its last legs essentially.
Okay.
And it's starting to sway and rickety a little bit as it gets buffeted by the rain and the wind. So I'm going to give you one round now to ask whatever questions you like.
Damn it! I thought I had water.
Figure out how you're gonna tackle this, because Olika is adamant that we're gonna need to go across the bridge.
We need to cross the bridge?
She remembers it from when she was exiled from her clan. She had to travel over the same bridge, but it was many years ago, and the bridge was in better condition.
I think at level 4 I can transform into large things that swim.
Yeah.
Do you have a dolphin?
I can get across on my own, to be honest. I don't
I
want to have to do
have
it,
a
but I
giant
can.
crab,
Yes.
or a reef shark, or a giant seahorse.
Seahorse. Beautiful.
Giant seahorse does sound like the...
Define giant. How many people are going to fit on this thing? We
I
can't
don't
just...
know, probably the same as the giant spider. It's like
So
5 feet.
one.
I'll have to swim one of you across at a time.
Yeah.
I have an
That seems
hour.
reasonable. I certainly can't cross without assistance, unless we want to tackle the bridge. I say...
I mean, Alika, you've done this on the bridge before?
Yeah, but it was a long time ago. It was when I was exiled from my village, and I made the journey inwards through the northern territories, and I remember crossing this bridge at the time, and I remember thinking to myself how lucky it was to find the river. But at the time it was much safer to cross as it stands.
Can I test the first wooden slat on the bridge with my weight and see if it holds?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you take a good sort of stamp on it. You test your weight. Seems like it would hold.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
We could have Lysha attempt to cross, and if the
If
bridge
I get
fails,
swept away,
you
I just
could
transform.
How good a swimmer are you going to be if you transform? Is it going to be
Well,
like you live
I
in that
mean-
skin your entire life? Or?
Well, she certainly seemed to be comfortable in her skin as a giant man-eating spider.
Yes, her movements definitely mirrored those of a giant man-eating spider.
Having said that, her ethics did change slightly whilst in spider form.
How deep is this river?
From what you can tell, it is deep and it's
Yeah.
moving
110
fast.
foot wide,
Yeah.
shallow puddle.
And
Johnny
considering the
Wise.
poor weather.
Let me just punch the mic a second.
No, my immersion. Do you think there is any risk that there are actually beasts in this river that might harm us?
I feel like
Lysha may know, Olika may know as well. Are you asking Olika?
Olika, you're familiar with the rivers. Does anything nefarious live in these kind of things?
In a river like this, yes, there's a chance of it.
What kind of things?
Well, merfolk,
Merfolk?
giant crabs. Yes, you need to be careful around these folks.
You make fun, but they are quite dangerous.
Would you be safe even in a transformed form?
Well, it depends entirely. When I'm in a transformed form, I take on all characteristics of such a beast. So I would be able to go toe-to-toe, but with another giant crab, it's a coin flip who'd win.
I'm not confident in my combat abilities whilst inside the river.
Everyone roll a perception check.
May I borrow your die?
Roll some dice.
Yeah.
We came unprepared today.
Soz.
So good.
Thanks, brother.
Set between the two of you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Perception.
Oh, bugger.
Nat 20.
Oh!
I got a 7.
I got a 23, but not a natural 20.
I got a 20, but not a natural.
Okay, so everyone apart from Alan notices or hears behind you on the road. So you've come out of the forest, and you've seen the road leading up like this into the river, the flowing river, and the bridge. and you're now stood at the end of the bridge, obviously, all of you together. And you all hear, with the exception of Allan, some noise coming behind you on the road. Now, Eren, you particularly notice as well, just part of the noise carries on the wind just at the right angle, just enough for you to make out audible noises and words coming from them, and it sounds like two gruff men shouting at each other over the wind to sort of communicate something.
And I can't make out any of the words?
Can't make out the words, no. The wind is blowing pretty heavily. Like the wind.
And that's coming from behind us?
It's coming from behind you on the road,
Okay.
yeah.
It's possible that our pursuers have almost caught up to us. I hear their voices on the wind.
Wait, what?
Yes. I hear
Where?
two males behind us. I
Are
hear
you
them.
eating cake?
Well, I've got to prep for the journey ahead. Well, I need calories.
Listen,
to
we
cross
either
the
stand
river.
and fight these guys in the wind and rain, and we get across the bridge now.
Across the bridge seems like the play. Then we cut it down behind us.
What?
You want to walk across the bridge instead of... Okay.
How many men?
Yes, and then fire at them from afar.
I hear two voices behind us.
2, we could take them.
There is no purpose in killing more people.
We'd kill
I start
ourselves.
onto the bridge. I'm like telling Alika to lead on and that we're crossing the bridge.
We have to make it over regardless.
One at a time.
Olika's not too sure about this. The wind is really buffeting it. I think it might be better if we wait for the rain to stop.
I agree with Olika.
I agree with Oliver.
I think we should fight these men, or at least see what they want, and then we can cross at our own
Well,
speed.
I
As
have
you're
an
arguing,
idea. Can they see us yet?
yes. Well, as you're arguing now,
Damn it.
you see now over the just around the bend of where the hill and the forest of where you guys came out of, the road bended round and came round to the bridge, and you see now what you were hearing was not just two men, but it seems like an entire cavalry, and it is a big unit. These are
Huge
not
unit.
these are not the simple folk that you fended off in the river and brutally murdered. These are what appear to be well-armored men
I suggest
leading.
we run across.
And now they've gained sight of you, and they're picking up speed, charging you down.
One at a time, across the river,
So-
across the bridge.
Okay,
We
so
don't have time for that.
I'm going to cast a 2nd level spell called Pass Without a Trace that creates a veil of shadows and silence that radiates from me, masking me and all of my companions from detection for a 1-hour duration.
That's the fuck you DM spell.
Each creature I choose, so all of you, within 30 feet of me, including myself, now has a +10 bonus to dex checks and can't be tracked except by magical means.
Holy moly!
Wait, did you say +10 bonus
Plus
to dex
10
checks?
bonus to dex and stealth checks.
That is huge if we're trying to cross this bridge. We will require probably more than one dex check to get across it. If it's going to be like...
You get
why
a
would
plus 10 to dex
A
checks.
+10 to dex checks. A veil of shadows and silence radiates from you, masking you and your companions from detection. For the duration, each creature you choose within 30 feet of you, including you, each creature
Oh, it boosts
has a
dexterity
plus
stealth
10
checks, not
bonus to
dexterity
dexterity
checks.
stealth checks.
Yeah, stealth checks.
And it
gotcha.
can't be tracked except by magical means. A creature that receives this bonus leaves behind no tracks or other traces of its passage.
Okay, what have you just done to us?
We can all run now and they can't track us.
Don't run. They'll be expecting us to cross the bridge. We should hide on this side
Yes,
of the river.
let's hide in the trees.
Let them cross the bridge and die.
Do not leave the trees this time.
I will not.
Okay, so I'm grabbing
Let's go.
Olika's hand
We gotta go.
and bolting for the trees.
We gotta go.
You there, and it leaves no signs of. There's no foot.
No tracks and no footprints.
It's
And we cannot be
dead
tracked-
inside, dude.
we cannot be tracked except by magical means.
This is why you need
I'm
to get
burning a
people's
2nd
character
level
sheets.
spell. Let me add that. Hang on. Pass without a trace.
If you could see Ashley's character sheet, I'm sure like the very clever D&D players there will have probably seen multiple ways in which we could have gotten out of this, but
That's how I start. Yeah. Well, it didn't occur to me until we'd been yelling for a little while that I could have done that sooner.
well. So we're hiding in trees on their side
Yes.
of the
So
bridge.
as you make your way into the trees, the men pull up at the end of the bridge and are now shouting over each other. The one who seems to be in charge shouts, "Where'd they go, Scout? Tell me, they were just before us." Says, sir, yes, they were just here, but again, we know that they're capable of sorcery. They've taken command of 2 of our men before. These are powerful wizards, powerful sorcerers. We don't know what they're capable of. I recommend that we stay alert and stay on guard. Now the men are sort of bickering between themselves.
How many of them are there?
So
If
you
give me a number.
see one big burly dude, armored up to the teeth, who appears to be the one in charge. He's on horseback. Sat next to him is a meager man in a robe, and he's just kind of trailing behind him. Doesn't really want to, pull up side by side. Another one next to him, which you notice to be the sergeant that Johnny, or it was you that commanded him, right? Yeah. You notice it's the sergeant that you commanded to walk into the village and ignore his men, and he's got a very stoic, sort of stern look on his face.
He mad. Who's mad?
Yeah. You also notice Thomas, the twin, who ran away, who's trailing behind them. He's not on a horseback, he's just with them. And also 5 other guards who you do not know because their faces are covered. They're well armed. They're like trained men in formation. Immediately, as soon as they were told to be on guard, they've taken a formation that would be defensive, considered, almost back to back. And they are looking out at all angles, just in case. They don't really know what's before them. So it's a hefty unit.
Yeah, not really one we can fight through.
There's this voice in my head.
So I'm going to quietly whisper to them in motion that we should keep moving further down the river, away from the bridge and these men, even if it takes us
Johnny, you are not.
off course for a bit, and we can cross further up the river and follow our way back down.
Yeah.
Eren, there's this voice.
I don't know. Are they upstream or downstream from us right now?
They're at the end of the bridge.
At the end of the bridge.
Yeah,
so I'm just going to say that we should follow the river in the opposite direction from them right now.
Right. Okay. So roll a perception check, everybody.
That's
14.
So it's 20, not natural.
21.
6.
5.
Okay. Well, Lysha and Allan, you start to hear the men as well talking. The man who appears to be in charge asks, "Can anyone identify these brigands who are running rampant throughout our lands?" And you notice that Thomas, the scout who you let go, said, "I can spot a few of them. I'll never forget their faces after what they've done to me and my family. Never in a million years."
I cannot believe the visions that told me I was supposed to help you.
How long does this pass without trace last for?
1 hour.
We should attempt to kill Thomas. He's the only one that can identify us.
You would bring more needless slaughter on these people? Could you not hurt them enough?
This may be the only
At
bridge
this point,
to
it's
cross
the best
the
way.
river.
It's the best way to tie these loose ends. The problem is that there's too many.
I cannot endorse this.
We don't require your endorsement.
Was Thomas the one
One?
who ran away the last?
Yes. One good shot from the bow, he'll be dead. We'll be in the bushes. And they'll come for us.
I think there's a little bit missing on this plan.
There is. The plan needs to be ironed out.
As you're discussing this, the bridge starts to sway a lot more, and the rain is picking up even more, and you start to notice bits and pieces of the bridge are starting to now float down the river. So realistically now, it's do or die almost to be making a decision as to what you want to do. Would you like to make a risk for the bridge to try and stealth past them? And try and make it to your destination.
Huh?
The last soldier you let go.
He's not with them. The soldier that I let go, he's not with them for some reason.
Do you know who it was?
Don't know his name. Didn't ask. Just let him go. I just let him go, Johnny.
We don't win fighting these guys.
Do we have to be near you to be stealthed?
Yes. You have to be within 30 feet of me.
We can't all cross that bridge. It'll fall.
I can try and lead them away.
Let me double check, but I'm pretty sure that's accurate.
Our best chance of success here is to
Or it might
bait
just be
them
when
into crossing the
I
bridge.
cast it.
I
have an
How
idea.
far away are
I
we
can
from
do
the
it.
other
Oh,
side?
for the duration.
You
Yeah,
want
you
me
have
to
to
try?
stay within 30 feet of me.
I could do it.
From the other side,
From the other side of the bridge.
200 feet.
200. This is a hunt. Fuck it.
I have a way to do
110
this.
feet wide.
Okay, how do we do it?
Listen,
I
can.
could try to disguise myself and try to bait them.
No,
Shut
we're
up.
not using that hat again.
But my head is telling me to do it.
What was
Wizard,
your
you will be
idea?
silent.
What was your idea?
I guarantee you, I can draw their attention and give them incentive to try and cross the bridge in its current state. I guarantee I can do this.
Why do we want them to cross the bridge?
Because
then
they will fall to
they
their
will fall
deaths.
to their deaths.
I will not.
How do you... Okay.
How?
No,
How?
why don't the druid just run across the bridge and bait them. And if the bridge falls, she can transform.
Was it
and
every decision you have made so far has caused us peril? I will hear no more from you. I sprout
The
2 golden
druid will
wings and fly off.
survive! Oh!
I sprout 2 golden wings and fly off.
What
in
the
the
hell?
direction of the people. Now, I use Radiant Soul, so for the next minute, only a minute, I will manifest glimmering eyes, which they won't be seeing, but also 2 incorporeal wings.
And you're now just darting.
I'm flying at them in the direction of the
Flying at
bridge, trying to get them to follow me. I'll be able to get across the bridge.
I've motioned to them as he does this, like shaken for a moment, like holy fuck, but then like
Was that
follow
Eren?
me, and we're like running across the tree line closer to the bridge to try and follow.
Okay, well, as you burst out of the foliage,
Using my
straight into the sky, the radiant wings giving off light, probably some of the only light that you're really seeing as it's so overcast and the rain is buffeting. Immediately the men are aware of your presence, and there's a bit of hesitation in there as you start to glide down towards them and over the bridge to try and evade them. The sergeant, of which you know that Johnny was the one who commanded him last time, says, "Ready your bows, take aim!"
Shit. This is how it's gonna be.
So,
And I'm gonna yell down at them, "Catch me if you can, you curse!" And just try and fly across the bridge.
And from behind them, maybe we should roll initiative.
No, I'm trying to help you guys
Okay,
get out of
because I
this.
was gonna say.
yeah.
I'm just gonna wait and see how this pans out.
Yeah.
I'm sat there eating cake out of my backpack.
So it's I would not say it's a super fast flying speed, but it's
Sure. One of them is striking you with his bow, and I gave him disadvantage, but he still hits.
Sure.
So assuming your armor class is, what is your
a
AC?
16.
Yeah, so he hits. And he
Pretty good
does.
roll.
He hits you clean and true. He hits you for 8 damage. Lands straight in your thigh.
Oh shit! All right.
And he does manage to strike you.
Are
But
you logged into D&D Beyond?
Oh,
you
yeah,
continue on, and now you can tell the horses are starting to get a little bit antsy as well. And the one in charge now orders, "Chase after him, take heed." And there's a bit of hesitation in the men. They're like, "Sir, the bridge, can you not see it's about to collapse? It would be suicide to try and cross in these conditions." And the lead bloke clearly does not like this. He doesn't like that his order is being defied, and says, "You will cross that bridge and chase after that bloody angel, or as I will have your heads!" And starts to push his men across the bridge now as he draws his sword and says, "Lead on!" So the 5 guards are now going to start to move forward onto the bridge as the rest of them stay behind.
So the 5 heavily armored, very well.
The rest of them are also well armored.
Right, but the other ones are like the guy that we already fought, the Thomas, the sergeant, stuff like that. Those are the ones that stay behind.
there's-
Oh, and the huge burly guy.
There's 4 of them that have stayed behind at the foot of the bridge.
Okay.
So you recognize 2 of them as the people. One of them, the one who escaped, the twin brother, the sergeant that you commanded, and the kind of gangly looking robed bloke who's on horseback next to the big burly boy.
Right.
who's armored to the teeth. And the five guards that you saw that were also well armored, well equipped, are now starting to make their way across the bridge, but it's hard for them. They are struggling. They're going over it slowly but surely. At this point, Eren, you're probably on the other side of the bridge.
I would say I can't fly for long. I fly for like a minute, like reasonably fast. So after I land, I have an arrow in my fucking leg. So you know, it's up to the DM to decide how that affects you. But yeah, I could get across, but I wouldn't have that much extra time before these.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, the attacking forces are on the bridge now, like these guys, all the guards and everything?
5 of them are.
Five
yes,
of them are.
Yes.
And
There's
are they
4 of them
making
left
good progress
behind.
across the bridge?
So as you'll just kind of, I assume you guys are just watching this unfold as it
From-
stands, right?
Close to
So
the
I
front,
would
yeah.
try and make this scarier if I can from where I'm hiding.
Okay.
And like still stay stealth if I can. And so it is a vocal spell, so I'd try and like whisper it as much as possible.
Yeah.
Hopefully they can't hear me over the rain. If they can, then that's the thing. But it's only got like a 10-foot range, so I'd do my best with my stealth checks to sneak up as close as I could to them without being like.
Roll a stealth
Okay.
check.
Well, don't you auto pass?
No, I have a +10 to stealth checks right now.
And we have to stay close to you as well.
Yeah, so 23 plus 2, 25.
Okay. They don't notice you.
Okay. So I'd like quietly try to like, it's similar to what just happened when we were on the ship, and I'm gonna do an earth tremor beneath their feet and make it seem like there's an earthquake happening.
Oh, between the people who are the four of them.
At the four of them who are still standing at the foot of the bridge, I'm trying to make that side of the bridge unstable with the earth tremor, and I'm standing
Well,
there.
as you were doing this, the horses start to rear up and go a little bit haywire.
Yeah.
Which
both-
one's
They'd
run
also
horses?
be taking damage right now and possibly falling prone.
Okay, yeah. And, okay.
Who is on the horseback? Who is on horseback?
Two of them. Big burly dude.
It's a
and
10-foot
gangly
radius.
robe dude.
So it's like a
They have
10-foot
a, they
area.
have a wizard
around
by
it.
the looks.
10-foot area around them.
And each creature must make a dex saving throw. On a failed save, they take 1d6 bludgeoning damage and are knocked prone.
Okay.
If the ground in that area is loose earth or stone, it becomes
We
difficult
might- do we need the
terrain
battle
until
map for
it's
this?
cleared.
Yeah, it's time to bring out the battle map. I think.
I may have done bad things, but we tried.
Okay.
Please, no needless killing. Also summons earthquake.
Well, I was trying to scare them away.
Murders 4 people on bridge.
He just sprouted wings, and I need to know what
That's me,
happened.
yeah,
I was
I
also
assume I'm
told
on
in
your
a
side
vision
of
to protect you guys. It's a weird dichotomy.
Yeah.
That's a 60-foot wide bridge.
I mean,
It doesn't matter.
I don't think I can do it to scale.
That's fair.
You know,
That's
it's not-
fair.
there's
Yeah,
not
just
really-
make-
That's
Each
just
square-
part of the bridge.
Each square can be 20 foot or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Oh, gosh.
Math.
Alright, that's a bridge.
Yeah. Don't know why they didn't choose to build it here. For some reason, they went for the
The
wider
widest part.
but we've got. And I've actually brought some tokens as well. But you are down here now. Imagine you guys are just chilling over here.
I have snuck up behind the bow. The bow one has snuck up wherever is close to those people
Oh, the bow
to
one.
be unnoticed.
Just like this. And let me get my tokens.
And presumably you guys have stayed within 30 feet of me as I snuck up.
Yes, yeah.
So you guys would all kind of be clustered not far from me, hopefully still in the
And
tree
try and
line.
stay a little further back though, because
Oh, you got tokens. That's cool.
Yeah.
ah,
That's still
Nice.
open. So it can be hard to.
Are those dry erase? You can put like little markers on those?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
1, 2.
Note: battle mat images are not necessarily to scale or reflective of reality, but is nevertheless an earnest effort by Dungeon Master Bren.
Okay, now these guys are trying to cross. They're just watching their step. And we've got 4 dudes here.
Why is someone spamming delete the bod?
I don't know. Did you do something? Because the last one says delete the VOD reinforce. What did you do, Johnny?
I don't know. I was just doing my own-
Who knows?
I got worried when I read it. I was just like, what? Did
What
do?
have I done?
I was in my own head.
So, okay. I don't know which one's which.
I don't think it really matters, right? We just have to be assigned one.
Just
Yeah.
something else.
Okay, well, I mean, there are too many, right? So, I mean, the dwarf can be...
Yeah, the dwarf is the
Olga.
little.
That's
hobbit.
Alika, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wizard
was,
Johnny
I
can
think,
be...
Johnny.
Johnny, that guy, and then you get to be...
Nice.
Or this guy.
Okay.
I'll be that guy. Well, the little.
The little fire one? Or the little tiny... You're our diminutive bard.
Nice.
So the horses have reared up from the earthquake and have now started to run downstream, and they have knocked the knight and the wizard onto the ground. So they're now prone.
Do they take the 1d6 damage?
Yes, roll it.
3.
Okay.
Three
So
bludgeoning.
Knight and wizards are prone here.
yeah. The 4 and 5 at the back of the bridge. I need your assistance here, Mitch.
Yeah, I got you.
As they're trying to scale the bridge slowly but surely, they're being buffeted by the rain, and one of the knights at the back, number 5, his leg gets stuck in the wood of the bridge, goes straight through it, gets through the rotten wood, and as 4 tries to pull him out, the effort actually collapses the portion of the bridge that they're on top of the earthquake damage. So now 4 and 5 have fallen into the river and are going downstream. You lose sight of them instantly. They get swallowed and engulfed in this raging river, and the first start of the bridge, the part of the bridge, is now destroyed. So
I'm glad we didn't take the bridge now.
May have destroyed bridge.
Right.
So wait, those 2 is S and T. Are those the ones that were on the horses that are now like running
S
away?
is the sergeant, T
Okay.
is Thomas.
Gotcha.
So
And
they
weren't on
horses at all. It was just the knight and what I just put W for wizard. You're
Gotcha.
assuming he's a wizard. He's a
Cool. He looks like a wizard.
yeah. He looks like he could be a wizard.
Gangly guy in a
And
robe.
they are prone as it stands right now.
Cool.
Right. I assume I've landed and Radiant Soul has expired. Because it's only a minute.
At this point, yeah.
Where did you land?
On the other side of the bridge.
Oh, no,
roll
it's anyway.
roll initiative. I'm assuming you're doing combat.
Seems
But you-
well. We're
I mean,
all still hidden.
You are all still hidden, so you have the initiative. I mean, you're gonna get.
We get advantage.
Yeah,
on
you're gonna get
initiative or
advantage.
whatever.
Well, it's
Well, we don't have to
just
roll
stealth, isn't
advantage. It's just we're still hidden if we want to run away.
17. 17 for Eren.
for me as well.
17.
11.
2.
Well, it's plus your modifier. Oh,
Yeah.
you have a 0 modifier. Oh, that's fantastic.
What did you
do
get,
we roll
Josh?
off to see
7.
which of us goes first then?
And you got a 2, Johnny.
Yeah.
9.
I got a 2.
Get wrecked.
So between Mitch and I would go first. He won the roll off.
Wow. Okay, as you cast the spell, unfortunately, I rolled on that 20. So they noticed, something's untowards. The knight, despite being trampled, screams out, "Sorcerer, be on edge, or be guarded, be wary."
I'm like internally offended because I'm like, I'm not a sorcerer.
He's a well-honed man. He's been in combat once or twice.
Okay.
So he knows that something's amiss and they need to be ready for combat. But him and the other bloke are still on prone. The only people standing are Thomas and the sergeant. Yeah, they are.
So they know kind of that we're here. They just don't know where
Yeah,
we
they don't know
are
where you
still.
are. Now they're all darting around looking for you. But as it stands, you have the first action here, Eren. I mean, you've just witnessed 2 of the men fall. They're still trying to make their way across. I don't know if you've got anything that can fuck them up more.
I'm going to try and cut the bridge from my end with my greatsword.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Roll.
I don't know how it works with like rope, but I'm going to try and
Sure.
just sever it.
I want you to roll 3. So it's a wooden bridge. There's not really any rope holding it together. But you can definitely try and hack through it for sure.
Yep.
Roll a strength check for me. This is gonna be like a multiple effort thing.
14.
Okay, yeah. Take a decent chunk out of it. I'm actually just assigning a hit point value to this.
9.
Okay, and then roll one more for me.
18.
So yeah, you start hacking at one of the posts and chopping away, and the men on the bridge are looking at this now, and they're starting to pick up the speed in their approach at their own risk, of course, because again they're not watching their footing as carefully anymore. But you manage to just cleanly swipe through and crush one of the posts that's holding it. The bridge is still standing for now.
Gotcha.
But that was your action, essentially,
is this
taking out the
Is
post.
it like a vertical post that, like, one of the... Are there, like, 2 posts?
Yeah, so it's two posts kind of holding it, and like
Yeah.
just standard wooden planks,
Sure.
and just some light guardrails on either side.
It's just business, boys!
But it's definitely weak. It's definitely weakened. You've taken out one of the posts.
Okay.
It is now Lysha, your turn.
Okay. I am going to. How big a radius are these guys standing in a circle in at the end? Like the 2 prone ones plus the 2. What's like the radius around these guys?
They're stood next to each other, not shoulder to shoulder, but
So would you
within-
say like 5 feet is reasonable?
yes, I'd say more 10.
More 10.
Little-
So, but I could get like 2 of them in a 5-foot radius, maybe. Not all 4 of them.
Sure. Yes.
Cool.
Bren's remembering what the word radius means.
Well, I don't want to.
Well, like 5-foot radius would still, like Mitch and I would be inside a 5-foot radius right now.
Well, you and Bren would be in a 5-foot radius.
That's right. Yeah. Well, I mean,
That's
are you
true.
talking diameter or radius?
Radius.
Because that would mean you have a 10-foot diameter.
Yeah.
It says, shines down in a 5-foot radius, so 10-foot diameter. So I could reasonably get all 4 people
Well,
to
if you
cluster
are
at the end of the
in
bridge.
terms of if you're the center of the circle, then it would
No.
be
I just have to pick a point that is the center of the circle.
You got it.
Joe's in chat thinking it's going to be some kind of orbital laser strike.
Oh yeah.
He's not
No.
far off.
It's going to be
He's
like the
not far
extinction
off.
of the dinosaurs.
So reasonably, like a 5-foot radius or 10-foot diameter would encompass everyone sitting at this table right now. So are they in that sort of a space?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Airstrike,
I would like to hit those 4 then.
Yeah.
Pick my center of my circle is like the dead center between those 4, and I'm going to cast Moonbeam.
Enemy AC 130 above.
Yeah.
A silvery beam of pale light shines down in a 5-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder centered on a point within range. Until the spell ends, a dim light fills the cylinder.
Yo, it's a boomkin.
When a creature enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, it's engulfed in ghostly flames that cause searing pain, and it must make a Constitution saving throw. It takes 2d10 radiant damage on a fail save, or half as much on a successful save.
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, that's a lot
Or
of
if any of them are shapeshifters, they have disadvantage.
Okay. What do
Someone
I
give
roll?
me-
You're
What do I
so
roll?
much more powerful than me.
What the hell do I roll?
On
to
every
s-
turn
to
after
do
this, I can use my action to just move this beam 60 feet in any direction.
I did like one interesting thing, and it's used all of my like cooldowns.
You could have set fire to the bridge.
I could have, but instead I took the 4 people at the end.
Fair enough.
Because I wasn't thinking about
So-
that, and I'm not going to change my mind
It's
now.
all good.
I'm a
It's all
pit
good.
fighter. You know I'm gonna try. If I can hack through the bridge, I will.
Okay, so basically they need to do
A wisdom saving throw?
a con saving throw.
Con saving throw. Okay.
And
Presumably
beat
the ones
a
in
four- they
prone
need to
get a
work-
disadvantage from this as
Yes,
well.
correct. And they all need to beat a 14.
Crit fail.
fucked.
No!
For the fucking big dude. So he's just lying on the floor. Sorcerer! He's just struck with moonfire that comes
2d10.
down.
Holy shit!
2d10 radiant, and at least half as much if they don't.
If they save it. It was a second level. Okay, right.
Oh, well, that's a 1.
People are saying prone doesn't give disadvantage.
Oh,
Well,
no.
even if it doesn't, I rolled a 1 and a 2.
Well,
So,
Well, you know what? It's okay because
you know
look
what?
what she rolled.
I rolled really poorly, so I did 3 damage. With
For
2d10,
2d10s.
I rolled a 1 and a 2.
Well, so there we go.
right, okay.
Wow.
people
So
are lucky.
it's more of just a nightlight than a moonbeam.
So they
really.
take like 2d10 radiant damage, but they will at the beginning of each of their turns also they will take damage again.
Okay.
Assuming, unless they get out of the area, right?
Yeah, so it's when they enter the spell's
Druids are
area. No,
dying.
okay.
Yeah.
When the creature enters the spell's area for the first time, as they all just did because the spell just happened, or starts their turn there, they are engulfed in ghostly flames and searing pain and must make a con saving throw and take damage. So at the beginning of each of their turns, they'll take damage again.
Okay. How
I
much
get to
How
roll
much you get to roll again? Interesting. They all take 3 damage?
They all take 3 damage for now.
Gotcha.
I love this. I don't know whether you can see
Oh
this
wait,
in
do they
chat.
all fail their
Alright.
con throws or just one?
Well, yeah,
Only
that's
roll
true.
Because then
one.
they're the ones that
I'm only
pass.
rolled
Yeah,
the one.
everyone would take the same amount of damage that I just did, but some of them may pass and take just.
No, they
one
wouldn't take the
damage.
same amount of damage. Some will take half if they pass.
No,
the
no, I
con,
mean
so.
that's what I meant. Like
Oh.
I don't re-roll.
3 of them
damage.
failed, 1 of them got a natural 20.
So one of them takes 1 damage. We roll it right up
Yeah.
or down?
Yeah.
Round down.
Round down.
We can't hurt anyone, said Lysha indignantly, as she set off an earthquake with magnitude 8 with a casual snap of her fingers. I can't believe how irresponsible all of you are with your senseless violence, complained Lysha as she summoned the power of the Death Star to unleash a lunar death beam. The difference between your ability to commit genocide and your ethics against it are astounding.
No one said I can't do these things.
Yeah.
Oh, no, your hand was forced though, wasn't it? You had no choice.
I had to save you. You
Self-defense.
had rings. I was very confused. I needed to know the answer.
Yeah, yeah.
Amazing.
A vision has told me I must protect you.
So
This is the first thing I've seen that indicates there may be a reason.
I just I shot across the sky like a Chad star the other side of the bridge and then started hacking at it. So, I mean, it looked really cool, and now I'm just like some gummy bloke like trying to hack through the No, we do what we had to, you know?
All right. Now you are presumably visible at this point.
Yeah, no, well, that depends on whether or not they heard me. or if it
Eren
was
Chad
under.
star.
I didn't have to move to do this, so I can roll a stealth if you want, or it's your choice. You're the DM. If
Yeah,
you want me to be visible.
roll a stealth check.
Where is the die? Can I use that d20 again?
Yep.
Thank you. I still have +10 to stealth, by the way. So that's a 30.
30. A 30. Just rolled a 30 stealth.
Okay, another crit fail. Well, they don't know where you are.
Don't know where you are.
Still don't know where she is?
They don't know where you are.
Didn't
30
give us
versus
away.
1.
That's
They
how
don't know where you are. They are still befuddled, and they
And they're
are
on the ground.
shaken.
I rolled an 18 as a +10, and then my modifier.
It's time to see if our boys on the bridge are making it across.
Joe's got a good point. Are both of those concentration spells?
I don't believe one of them is,
Well,
but I will double check.
Shit, you're OP as fuck.
I don't know. Let me double check here.
That's a concentration one.
No, they are.
Yeah,
They're
yeah!
both concentration.
Ooh.
So yeah, no, you're right. I dropped it. So that means
She's
that
cheating.
my stealth check without the +10 was a 20, but he still crit failed.
But
Yes.
doesn't everyone come out of stealth when you lose
Well,
concentration?
Yeah, you
Yes.
can only do, like-
Now, if any of us move, we have footprints and stuff, but it's a question of whether or not they immediately notice you. So just don't be dumb.
I mean, well, Thomas and Sarge are like looking around with wide eyes.
So I'm sorry. Thank you, Joe. You're right.
Yeah.
It's a 20,
God
not
bless
a 30,
Joe.
but it's still a 20.
So you're still hidden, Lysha.
Yes.
But the rest of you guys, well, you two and Olika are out in the open.
Well, they would
Out
be
in the
hidden
open.
unless they move or do something.
I haven't done shit.
You're on the road.
Am I?
Yeah, we're just out in the
All of you are just on the middle of the road.
We snuck
You
up
were-
on
yeah,
them.
you snuck up
and
on
then
them.
she cast a moonbeam and we're like, oh fuck.
And now the stealth is gone. In my mind, I don't know.
Right.
You just.
It's their,
Fair enough,
well, they
yeah.
could in theory roll for their own stealth checks immediately too.
Yeah,
right?
sure. Right, I'll allow you to do that. Roll for your own stealth checks to see.
Who's got next initiative? Is it me?
It's me. I'm going to be making a decision now for
Yeah,
the
just-
guards.
All right, so 19.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait, for what? For
Stealth.
Stealth.
And your stealth, Johnny?
Oh, for my stealth?
Yeah.
4.
Okay. Well,
And what about Olika?
You've got no
Alaka.
modifiers.
Olika is hidden. Bless her. It's just Johnny that appears. He pops out of nowhere.
His big hat.
Yeah, Johnny the Wise. You pop out of nowhere, and immediately they see both the knight and the wizard are on the floor, prone still, and they just see you pop into existence, looking like a wizard. And immediately, Thomas and the sergeant screams, "The wizard! He appears! Ready your bow, Thomas!"
Yeah, hey, just out of disguise, bro. Yeah.
So Thomas is gonna take a shot at you, and the Sarge is now drawing his weapon. And Thomas, what's your AC?
11.
Okay, he hits you with the bow. He rolled a 14 to hit, and it is.
Wait, at the beginning of their turn, did they take their damage?
Yep.
They're extra. I get to roll again for the radiant damage. They're still in the moonbeam if they don't get out of it.
Roll it. Yeah, they're not out of it. They're still burning to death.
Well, that's 9 plus 8.
We just did.
Make your con saves.
You have a con save, so you either take
17
or half of 17.
Yeah, what do they round up or down?
They rolled round down.
That is so busted.
17 damage over time. That is wild. 17 damage.
Well, they
each
didn't step
turn.
out of the moonbeam, did they?
Well, they didn't.
You'd think they would step out of it.
Well, they
17 damage?
They just have to start the turn there, yeah. So they can step out of it, but they still take the damage regardless. And they probably want to spend their turn getting out of the moonbeam. So yeah, 17 damage. Did they... what was their con save?
Just fudge it, Bren.
I'm not fudging this. I'm rolling it. Give me a second. So how much damage was it?
17.
It was 17 damage. And the con save is 14.
Okay. One of them saves it.
Okay, so that one
Actually, wait,
takes 8.
Con save. Yeah, only one of them saves it.
Okay, so the one that saved takes 8 damage, and the one that didn't takes 17 radiant.
You may fire when ready.
All right, well.
And if they don't use their turn to get, or if they don't get out of it, rather, they can move. That's not their whole turn.
Okay.
You do whatever you do.
17 damage.
Yes, if any of us step into that radius.
17 damage!
Sorry.
That's so good.
I rolled way better than the first time.
The Death Star music.
It's apparently searing ghostly flames that cause incredible pain, so they'd probably be screaming.
As you call down, or as the moonbeam comes down, crashing into the ground, the ground starts to wreathe in flame and ghostly fire. And Thomas at the back, who just pulled out his bow to take a shot at Johnny, is suddenly met with excruciating pain. And he starts screaming in agony as his flesh sears off of his body. He starts to see cracks under his skin where the ghostly flame is peering through it. And he starts to, you see tears coming out of his eyes, and he says, "I'm sorry, brother. I couldn't avenge you."
Oh, what have I done?
And evaporates into ash and gets taken away by the wind.
Neutral good. Neutral good, by the way.
Oh!
Shook it.
I would be crying at this point. I would be crying.
Yeah,
What have I done?
I bet you're very sorry for what you
I
did.
was trying to save you.
Weeping as you frag people.
Repeat after me, Ashley. It's just business, kid.
Alright.
What have I done?
Okay.
That is... Yeah, okay.
Maybe we're just challenging.
Here's the thing, right? Yeah.
I'm still spooning cake out of my backpack into my mouth.
Give me a moment. I'm just
Yeah, you're good.
reading up on how to fucking salvage this.
Oh, God.
Okay. Lysha, you need to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. What? Why?
I'll explain once you make it.
My dex is not that good, so that's a 13.
Okay.
Whoa.
Just seeing what I measure this against. Oh, okay. Well, no, that's a fail. Yeah, no, that's a
This
fail.
is so sad, Lysha said, wiping away tears of sorrowful regret as her victims burn to death from holy luna fire. Allan, play Despacito, she said, tears streaming down her face as the ashes of her victims stuck to her face like the war paint of the dead.
All right. So as you as you keep concentration on the you're still keeping concentration on the moonfire, correct? Yes. The wizard on the ground, his action was getting up now, but he gets a.
He also takes damage at the beginning of his turn.
He's already taken it. Yeah, he is close to death.
Okay.
This guy, his body is wreathing in pain, and he screams, lets out a breath, saying, "I will not go down like this!" And as a reaction to your spell, you failed the dexterity saving throw, so he casts Wrath of the Sea onto you.
So this isn't ongoing. It's not a reaction because you
Can you
didn't
not
do
make
it
a reaction?
immediately. When I first cast it, you could. So I don't care.
let him do the thing.
You know what? You're my DM.
Yeah, let him do the thing.
Let's go.
Wrath of the Sea, baby, let's go.
Yeah.
Release the Kraken.
So what has happened to me?
You're about to take 2d8
Cool.
damage. Did I
As I know this could go either way.
Yeah. That's my Okay. You take 8 damage. He gets onto one knee and just sends on a bolt of lightning into you, and just clips you in the shoulder as you stumble back a little bit.
Oh, I'm tempted. No, you know what? I'm not going to burn my last spell slot. I'm level 2. We're good.
Yeah.
We might need to be more sparing with the long rests.
The knight is now up on his feet again, and he's grunting, and you can see through the gaps in his armor and his teeth.
Did he take damage?
He definitely took damage, but this guy is now. Think of the mountain
I'm acting like Brenda
from Game of Thrones. Think of the mountain, big, huge, burly guy, and now he's like used his sword to get back up onto his knees. He's wielding this massive great sword, huge, bigger than yours, Mitch, bigger than Eren's.
I'm envying. He's obviously compensating for something, mate.
Yeah, sure. And you can tell he's injured, but he's raring to go and ready to fight back now as he starts to take defensive steps forward into you. But again, this is his action. He's just had to get up off the floor.
In another life, we would have been like Chad mates.
Oh wait, I was still hidden.
You're not hidden.
I was.
No,
I said I was.
not anymore.
You're
Not
hit by
anymore.
Raph
I've
the
decided
Sea.
against it.
Yeah.
I've decided against it. Brenda DM says I don't know how to DM, and fuck you. So,
You had to get the
because-
wizard away to do. Like literally, you just fried 2 people without them even seeing you.
You grew wings and flew across the bridge.
Yeah,
man.
but I didn't fucking revisit like primal justice on them. I didn't click my fingers and make their bones turn to nerdy ass.
Take the actions for the bridge, boys. As they're going across, rushing, 2 more. The wind buffets him, and he again loses his footing and
Gotcha.
goes.
Alright.
Flies off.
Struggle City.
And the 2 of them now are
I
reaching
like that
the end
sound
of the
effect.
bridge.
So they're close, you would say.
They're close, yeah, they're close.
If you had to say how close they were in feet, what would you say?
10 feet.
Okay, close.
Yeah.
But not close enough for me to just hit them without moving.
Is your sword 10 feet?
Your laptop screen is covering the camera.
Yep, it is. Damn, I mean, tracking this combat is hard. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Well, you have a lot of bodies in it, to be honest.
Yeah, at this point, the knight has moved out of the moonfire, so I need to just get up again to move these. He's moved to the side here. The wizard is moving up.
Right, so presumably he moved out of it on the same turn he took damage, right?
Thomas is dead.
Because otherwise, you would take damage at the start of the turn before moving out.
They all took the damage.
Okay.
They've all taken double damage.
Gotcha.
So I'm curious because I updated my hit points on D&D Beyond, but it doesn't seem like it's working in the overlay.
It takes a
It
little
takes
while
some time
for some
to update
reason.
it.
Yeah, I don't really know why, but
Yeah, mine hasn't updated either. Like yeah, it's fine.
Weird.
I've changed my name twice in this session and it hasn't shown up.
I mean, to be
Maybe
fair,
refresh or
yeah,
something, I don't know.
you've done this encounter pretty well.
I thought it was designed for us to avoid lest we get ruined. So
I thought so too, but
Yeah, I mean, you weren't supposed to win in a straight up fight, so you've done the right thing by splitting it up.
Okay.
And I just didn't expect you to be able to call down the Death Star as well, to be honest. I like it though. Every campaign I go into it, I just don't know what any of your characters do. So you just say you do something, and I just believe you. And I just gotta take your word for it.
fair.
Yeah.
I prepared
No,
myself.
I trust you. I trust you. It'll be kind of dumb if you
Chat
lied.
can check it out because they can see what
Yeah,
you
I've got like
remember.
a 400 fact checkers just
Right.
chilling here.
Yeah.
Okay, Alan.
I'm learning to
Is it your go?
DM. Is Bren a
My
bad
go,
example?
my go. Okay, who is? It's the who's still
Not really.
alive?
It's actually quite fun.
So, you are still stealthed. I fucked up with Lysha, but
Okay.
you were getting away with murder. So, quite literally murder.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you've caused so much carnage now, and I think that the wizard is now so close to you that it would make sense that he would be able to spot you.
Or
Unless
perceive
you're
you.
literally one with the mud.
Your
don't
goal,
know.
I can in fact be one with the mud.
Okay.
You probably can. I mean,
We're similar
anyway.
to. but
Anyway,
that's fine.
Alan,
You know
The
what?
wizard-
It happened.
The wizard is still alive, very weak. Just shot out a lightning bolt. The knight is just
Pissed.
got up and stepped outside of the moonbeam.
he is pissed.
And there's another guy still there as well.
Sergeant.
The sergeant.
You can see him right there.
All right, I'm gonna shoot at the wizard.
Okay.
Shoot my bow at the wizard.
All right, roll to hit.
That is a. What the fuck is that? 14.
14.
No, sorry, it's a 15.
Yes, you hit.
Okay. And it is a 1d6 plus 3. 7. 7 damage.
7 damage. Okay, you strike true with your bow. I take it.
Yes.
Yeah, you're
sure,
firing
yeah,
your bow.
yeah,
So
my
as
bow.
as you see the wizard shoot out the bolt of lightning at Lysha. Who knows how he managed to spot Lysha? She is one with the mud as it stands, but he fired randomly out where he could feel with his Jedi senses,
I am
his,
not
his
currently
Sith
on the
senses.
side. I didn't do that. I didn't mold Earth yet, so we're fine.
Yeah. So you fire your arrow at him, and he was once on one knee, and as he fires out the bolt of lightning, it connects onto Lysha, but you strike him directly into the chest, and he falls backwards, gurgling up blood, and just eventually collapses into a heap on the floor.
Okay.
Right.
Johnny,
I'm also
you
gonna.
get a bonus action.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna bardically inspire Johnny as well.
Okay.
Oh.
How do you bardically inspire him?
As I take down the wizard, cleric, it rests on you. Deliver this justice upon the night. And I grab him by the beard, and I'm like, "You're a god."
Well, as you do this, you're now not hidden anymore.
Yes.
So yeah, you're now you're out in the open, which means that all of you apart from Olika, and Olika's not going to be taking part in much.
Well, good. She should stay hidden.
Yeah. So Johnny,
Yeah.
the wise. What would you like to do?
Yeah. Can I ask, how far away from me are the two people on the bridge?
Very far. They're 100 feet away.
Okay, 100 feet.
Can you just leave them to me?
No.
Okay, well, you got 3 guys breathing down your neck. I think I can handle these 2 chaps.
I don't think so, because you got an arrow in your leg and you're hamstrung.
That's-
I have 28 health,
Very kind
and
of
I'm
you.
Eren Chadstar.
And you've used your most powerful ability.
No, I haven't. That's the best part.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But
Here
I
comes
just-
the overpowered characters again.
that was more so like a role playing action. That one. It adds some damage on
I
my
like it.
abilities, but just like
Yeah.
before.
All right. So
It's dope shit.
Eren here, he's chopped off half of the bridge, right?
He's attempting it. You from your point of view, you see Eren has successfully swiped through the rotting wood, and the guard, as they're rushing, one of the guards rushes a little bit too much, doesn't watch his footing, and he goes tumbling into the river. That was what you last saw.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I send a guiding bolt to hit the end of the bridge to make these men fall into the water?
Yeah.
Okay, because I got a 120 feet guiding bolt.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send and hit on the
Looks
other
like-
end
That
of
ain't
the
bad.
bridge.
Sure.
That ain't
Yeah.
bad.
120 feet, bolt. That's nice.
It's pretty powerful.
How does guiding bolt work?
Fuck. A flash of light streaks towards a creature of your choice within range.
I'll bend the rules. I'll let you strike the bridge.
Whoa. Make a ranged spell attack against the target. On a hit, the target takes 4d6 radiant damage, and the next attack roll made against this target before the end of your next turn has advantage.
Wow, that's
But
sick.
If I can
You
just
like
hit,
mark a target. That's dope.
but if I can just hit the bridge, I mean, there won't be an advantage on the bridge, obviously. So,
No. Just roll to hit,
okay.
and I'll
Alright.
decide if you succeed. A d20.
Fucking please, Lord, just let me hit once in this fucking game. Oh. So that's 10 plus intelligence plus
Yeah.
3, so 13.
I'll allow it. Yeah. Roll the damage.
Okay, what's the damage? 46.
46.
4d6.
Yeah.
Jesus, wept. He rolls a 1 for his first one.
Oh,
Right.
7.
Oh, there you go.
12.
12, Johnny.
13 damage.
Okay, yeah. So describe how you unleash this bolt of light.
So obviously there's targets in front of us, and I see the entire party getting attacked. Of course, the wizard, I believe, was hit by
Yeah.
the crossbow.
The wizard was just fragged.
Yeah.
We're all coming out of stealth, of course, but I see in the distance that there's 2 soldiers rushing towards Eren, and obviously I know that he has a He has an arrow in his leg, of course.
Yeah.
So I worry for him. And I figured, well, we can handle our opponents, but he's outnumbered on the other side of the bridge. So I'm just going to channel a bolt, and I'm going to send it towards
to steal your fun.
the left side of the bridge, and just try to
I am not
strike
happy
down the
about
bridge
this.
to make sure the soldiers
Okay.
drop into the water.
So you
And obviously rally.
He doesn't get to murder
my
Hobo.
fellow bar here, so I'm like,
yeah.
feeling
I mean, you got like a D6 on one of your rolls. You could have had.
Yeah, he could have,
But-
but he hasn't used it
Yeah,
yet.
you haven't used it.
Oh,
So-
well,
It's a
yeah, can't do
D4.
it.
It's a D4.
I mean, you
for
succeeded.
inspiration.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you succeeded anyway. So you charge up this bolt of light. Anything you want to shout? Some Gandalf shit. You shall not
D6.
pass.
Oh, really? For
Maybe
both?
I don't know. But you unleash
Words.
this bolt of light across the river, and it swirls a little bit and just brushes straight past the guard in the back and strikes into the bridge. And Eren, you hear one of the guards chuckle, a nervous chuckle under his breath, and say, "Silly wizard can't even aim properly." But as the bolt strikes the wood, it takes out one of the supporting beams of the bridge, and now it is significantly weakened. Now the wind is definitely starting to sway the bridge from side to side, and the two remaining guards are now grasping onto it, panicking for their lives. And they're gonna.
motherfuckers.
I'm gonna yell across the. Alright, can I even? He couldn't hear me if I yelled across the bridge.
No, it's too far, and the wind is like buffeting.
Eren
You.
is not pleased.
Okay. Well, I'm now going to. Yeah. There we go. All right, Lysha. I did roll a natural 20 for the initiation of the night, but I didn't take into account because we had nothing to target at. But
Just do whatever you want.
I'm gonna do it after you get one more turn. And we'll start with
he
you,
was
Eren.
before
Sorry,
me, though.
Eren. Yeah.
Okay.
It's your turn now. The guys in front of you are now essentially it's. I keep referring back to Lord of the Rings, but it's the best way to describe it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's seen in the minds of Moria, where the pillar is standing and Legolas has to make the leap and jump. You know,
Gotcha.
it's kind of similar situation. Now they have to try and make an attempt to leap over the gap.
Gotcha. Can they stand side by side on this bridge? Is it wide enough?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I will. I'll try and stand at the edge and dare them to try and jump at me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So roll intimidation.
I like that.
8.
Okay.
Very
Well, you definitely.
Not very
You walk up to the bridge. Describe to me what you do.
I walk out of the bridge with my great sword. I actually try and taunt them to jump over the bridge. So come and meet your end, fools. You shall not pass.
Excellent.
Yes.
Okay.
My immersion.
Yeah, they're just trying to keep their footing as it stands. It's not their turn yet to make the leap. Lysha.
So was my concentration broken when I took damage?
I mean, they're actually out of your moonfire.
No, I know they're out of it, but the beam would still exist, and I can move it if my concentration's not broken.
Motherfucker.
So what ancient god do you want to?
How does that work?
You have to do
I'm not
I can
familiar.
move it up to 60 feet
If you
as
take
my
damage,
action.
though, concentration's
You'd have to do a
fine.
con
Is
save.
that? I just don't know.
Oh,
Concentration
Isn't it? It's a
save.
you have to do
DC.
a con save.
That says it's a
Oh.
DC 10 con
DC
save.
10. Okay,
That's pretty easy.
that's
Okay.
not bad.
Yeah.
So it's a con save.
Make it.
She can move the moonbeams as a houseplant like absolutely amazed. This is a thing.
So that's a 12. So I
Succeed.
succeed, right?
So you
I'm
moved your
still- I
moonbeam.
can move my moonbeam.
laser and shit down.
So I would move it towards me.
So how long can you
catch
keep? How long can you keep this?
Ah,
up?
You?
the wizard is dead now.
Oh, the wizard's dead?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't realize that. My bad.
It's okay. You can do.
So how far apart are these guys?
They are now. Well, they were out of your original radius, and they
Right.
moved opposite to each other.
Okay.
So the knight is now
But the
within.
knight's closer, so I'd move the
Yeah.
moonbeam just so he's just back within the radius,
Okay, just to tag the knight.
just to attack the knight.
But that would take your action up, right?
That
Moving
does
it in.
take moving the moonbeam is my action. I don't cast any.
And they just
additional
take the
spells.
damage on
Actually,
their
just stood there with like the
No,
aircraft.
every
like,
time they
directors,
enter
so-
the moonbeam and start a turn.
Jesus
So they're entering the moonbeam, so
Alright,
they take
roll.
2d10 right now, and then
Is it half if they
if
succeed?
they succeed.
Okay.
So that's 3 plus 7, so that's 10 radiant damage. And if he succeeds, that obviously that's 5. It is I'm just double checking the saving throw. Sorry. Con 14 would be the save.
Okay.
Friend just threw dice all over the room.
Well,
Sorry.
my fine motor skills are limited with this pauldron.
Gotcha.
Find another D20.
There you go.
Okay. He saves.
Cool. So 5 radiant damage.
5 damage.
And then at the beginning of his turn, he would take a new set of damage.
Okay. And he would have seen you chanting to the moon and
Yep.
like as the beam just starts carving out
basically,
the
like, I
ground.
would still be like when I took
It's
the
like a
damage,
mining
I was
laser.
like,
Yeah.
Okay.
sideways, and now it's on top of him. Yes.
Okay. Well, cool. It is now their turn.
Is okay. So I.
Did they take additional
they
damage?
take additional
Yeah.
damage at the beginning of their turn.
Yeah. So, how much is it?
So that's a 1 plus 5, so that's only 6 radiant. And
By
then
the
he
light
would
of the
get to
moon.
save again, so he could take only 3.
Ah. Yeah. So he did indeed save from the damage. Now
So he takes 3.
he's got his sights on you, and
He knows who the carry of the party.
yeah, he's been absolutely destroyed. You can see parts of his armor is now starting to fall off, and you know, starting to reveal part of his body. His helmet's still on though, and he's going to make a charge at you, Lysha. Now,
Hi.
Lysha, crying from regret, quickly moves the moonbeam to make sure she eliminates any chance of survival.
Isn't even content with letting other people do the dirty work.
Oh,
She absolutely.
this is horrible!
I love that idea. She was talking about her last time she was weeping as she killed Thomas.
I'm still
And now-
weeping. I just have to protect Alika. She's so
Mate,
innocent.
the copy pasta keeps getting better. Yeah.
Just
Unreal.
tears flooding down her face as she mows people over.
I'm totally gonna be changing alignment, aren't I?
I mean, you can't, like, in 1 second, you can't go from, like, we need to keep these poor souls alive to literally gouging them out with ethereal energy. Like,
Well,
Well,
that's
see, this is the problem with
self-defense.
being. Yeah, it's a little bit of self-defense. You flew over
Yeah,
the
but
bridge
your
and tried
character-
to save
yeah.
him.
yeah, but your
And,
character
like,
does not decide to literally...
I literally had a vision telling me my biggest purpose in life right now is to keep you guys safe. And I believe my religion pretty strongly. So
Sure.
as bad as this feels, it still
I mean,
seems like
it is a
oh.
big leap, though, from, like, wanting to preserve that. Like, you could try and incapacitate them instead of incinerate them.
all right. What is your AC?
14.
Lysha?
I would have been
Okay.
putting these
Oh
people
no,
to
sorry,
sleep.
13. 13.
Yeah, you could put them to sleep.
And I'm
13.
much more evil.
Doesn't matter. He's about to fucking ruin your day. I think he hits both of them. He gets multi-attack.
Oh shit.
Multi-attack.
I might
Multi-attack
be going
This is
down.
the night.
with his greatsword. Yeah.
Oh.
So now he's going to make a charging swing now, and it actually.
I want that.
Yeah, he's going to make a charging strike at you, and he
So I'm gonna use one of my reactions.
uh-huh.
Cutting words. I'm gonna. You little fucking cunt! You swing that sword one more time, and I'll ruin you. And it.
Can you react to that?
Yeah, I think so, right?
Isn't it only on
listed
your
as a
turn?
reaction?
I don't think so. Like aren't reactions just based on?
No, it needs to be specifically, you can make it as a reaction.
A reaction
it
to
says,
you.
As a reaction, when a creature you can see within 60 foot makes an attack roll, ability check, or damage roll. So it would
Yeah.
have to
Yeah,
be
so
on
that
your
would
yeah.
turn.
count. That would count.
And what does that
You
do?
expend a use of bardic inspiration, roll a die, and subtract that number from the creature's roll. You can
Ah.
do so after the roll, but before knowing the result.
Gotcha. Okay, go ahead.
Alright, so let me just plug a bardic inspiration out. I'm just throwing horrible words at you.
Yep.
It's a 1.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything. Yeah, does not do anything at all.
Well,
He's gonna go.
I continue to eat cake. I'll try.
You're about to eat shit,
It
bro.
is for
I
religious
tried,
reasons.
Lysha. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's not for religious reasons.
It is for
She just-
religious reasons.
She's just cray-cray.
Also that.
She go from 0 to 100 like this. And
Oh
that
my
too,
God.
She's been Thanasing the shit out of it.
Okay.
I heard that they were damaged.
This. How much HP do you have?
Not enough.
How much damage did you do?
How much HP do you have?
23.
He charges you, and with one uppercut strike, brings it up over your body, strikes you straight across, deals an initial 10 damage.
Oh no.
And then brings it back round with a swipe across again with a greatsword, which again is going to clip you on your jugular and deals 13 damage.
I'm at 0 right now.
Oh,
I'm bleeding out.
boy, oh boy.
You're not dead until you...
Yeah, you're not dead, but you are collapsed on the floor.
Death saves.
How did death saves
how did
work?
death saves
I don't
work in
know.
your game?
How do death saves
Joe
work,
will tell
Joe?
you. Joe will tell you.
That is not ideal.
There's like a little thing on the page for death saves on D&D Beyond.
Yeah,
So
I just don't know.
she rolls a d20 on her turn.
On your turn.
On her
No
turn.
modifier.
No modifier.
What do you need then?
10
plus
plus.
10
10 plus is a win.
Or is it 50-50?
Yeah.
Carrie is dead. GG. Great round.
Hey, remember how like Johnny said he wouldn't heal you because you weren't gonna
Yep.
help? Yeah.
Reality comes back to bite you.
Would you really be torn?
Remember how he said he would, though?
Yeah, I do remember that.
And now the sergeant is going to take a shot at you, Alan.
At me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm allowed to cast genocide and still feel bad afterwards because the nature gods told me to do it, said Lysha, as she crusaded across this foreign land with a trail of corpses and devastation in her wake. Even as she fell to the ground, blood leaking from her wounds, she took comfort in knowing that she had earned her place in heaven by climbing to the pearly gates atop a mountain of corpses.
What's your AC?
Oh, no.
14.
Okay. He hits you with... he brings out the crossbow that he had by his side, loads up the bolt, and fires it straight into you.
Ow.
And hits you square in your shoulder. Deals 4 damage to you.
Also, one of you can make a DC 10 medicine check to stabilize her, so she doesn't have to keep taking death saves. Thanks, chap. Yeah, thanks, Joe.
And it is now time for the guards to make their leap.
Yeah, boys. Now, question. They're leaping, not attacking me, aren't they?
Yeah.
Are they passing by me?
You're going to jump straight.
Or do I get an opportunity attack as they come at me?
Yeah. So that's if they even succeed, right? The wind is, but like the thing is swaying.
It's a little bit risky to stand right on the edge of a raging river, though, with two guys jumping at you. Like, you might end up falling in.
Okay. They both make the attempt to jump across,
Gotcha.
but they lose their footing. Both of them lose their footing, and they just manage to grapple onto the side of the embankment. They grab onto some reeds, but the reeds are slowly slipping away as they're just clawing for life. And as they're holding on to the river embankment, they're definitely at risk of being washed away now. The bridge collapses behind them and floods away, but they're just holding on for dear life onto the embankment, which you are staring down at them with sword in hand.
Oh, an ethical decision for the Aasimar protector after he fragged a child. Ask the chat.
Well, Mufasa, seems like we're at an impasse. I mean, is... Okay, well, is it my turn?
Mm-hmm. Wait, you get an option to right now. You just seen
Wait,
them
did you
leap
both
into.
take your turns already and let
No.
me just...
No.
Oh, then
No.
it wouldn't be
No,
his
no.
turn yet. He's
No.
top of the
No,
order.
But
gets
he
an
gets an
opportunity.
opportunity of
Oh, 'cause they're
attack.
right there,
So I mean,
I see.
I'm giving you the opportunity right now to choose what you'd like to do in this scenario, or maybe we should just do your turn.
I
No,
will.
I think,
No,
you
I
should do
think
that.
this is good.
I will not take an opportunity attack. I'll actually step back and allow them to climb up.
Okay. All right.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Howard.
After you,
Coward.
Coward!
Coward!
Alan, it is your go.
It's my go. Remind me of the state of everything.
You have witnessed the night
The night just
turned
brutalized
Lysha into sashimi.
Yes.
Uber, Lysha told me
Okay.
you're allowed to massacre people so long as you feel bad.
Oh no, I just want to
afterwards.
fight them fair. If they choose to attack me still, then let's go.
Yeah, the knight is slugging around his giant greatsword in a fit of rage. And he's brought down one of your companions, Lysha, the carry of the party. The sergeant is in the back, just trying to avoid the moonfire, which is now
Literally,
done
any
because the
magical healing
concentration's
saving.
ended.
Okay.
You can
A
do
bit
a
of
medicine
magical
check.
healing.
And the sarge is just
One word.
starting to load up another crossbow bolt.
Okay.
after he fired one at you and hit.
Sarge.
What's the distance between me and Lysha? Like, the knight is in between me and her, right?
Not based
Well,
on
as
this
far as
story.
I mean,
understand.
this thing
You're standing right
you're
by
standing
him
right
here.
by it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
but I wouldn't really feel safe healing you in this moment because the knight is right there, and I've just seen him decapitate, or like almost decapitate you. So, honestly, I'm thinking of myself right now. I ain't thinking of you. So I'm gonna remind me. Can I back off an attack, or if I back off?
It's a good thing I own a lot of costumes.
do you have a bonus action to disengage, dash? No.
I just
Then
have to
no.
do
If
that.
you move, it's your action.
All right. Okay then. Well, here we go. I'm gonna.
Usually you get a movement and an action. Is it because he's standing near him?
It gets a what?
You usually get a movement and an action unless he's standing right next to him.
I mean, you are by definition. It's either one or the other. I think the
Yeah,
conclusion
Joe-
we came to was that you're right next to him.
Yeah, Joe says it'll proc an action.
Yeah, if you move, you'll get the opportunity attack.
Okay. I'm
You
gonna
can disengage, right? And then move?
Yeah, but the knight will get an opportunity to attack
If you disengage.
because he's right next to him. Like,
Not if he disengages.
But you would get out of the 5 yard.
what is disengage?
It's an action you can take in combat.
You use your action to not have his opportunity of attack happen.
Right, but I can't. But I can't attack.
But
afterwards.
disengage is a
Right.
standard action. Like
Yeah.
anyone can do it.
No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to cast sleep on the knight.
Yeah, sure.
So it's got a radius. I'm going to put the radius kind of fairly well away from us, so that it.
What is the radius on it?
The radius is
Usually 20 feet.
20 feet. Yeah. it's a
Okay,
20
so you're gonna
feet
catch the
sphere.
Sarge as well.
Possibly.
I mean, you would.
Yeah.
He's,
Okay.
he's 10
well,
feet
if
away
I
from
would,
the
then
knight.
I would. Yeah. I put it in between the two of them.
What are you trying to cast?
Sleep.
Oh, gotcha.
Level 2 sleep. So I get to roll up.
Because it hits
fuck ton of shit.
because it fucks with their current hit points, not their max. So the more
Right.
damage
Yes,
they are, the easier
yeah.
it is.
So I'm presuming, like, my thought process is that this knight is weak. I'm going to try and put him to sleep so that he's not a threat and we can heal Lysha up afterwards. I think I get 78.
What's the level you casting it at?
Level 2. But I can't remember. Yeah, it's 78. Alright, this is going to...
What the hell? Oh my god. I got makeup all over my vape. My vape is shiny like gold now.
Brilliant.
It's really fun.
Do it.
10. 18. 18, fucking 30. 32.
32.
So 32 points of sleep are kind of roaming around this area.
So you use. Do I get? I don't get a save against it, do I?
No.
No.
Sleep. No. So the big lumbering knight, after he just dismembered Lysha, well, not really dismembered, but did some serious
This is what you
damn
get.
dams.
No one likes a goody two
I've whipped out my loot and I'm playing Despacito to put them to sleep.
Yeah,
Because
he takes a stumble. He's leaning on his greatsword, and the big lumbering knight just collapses like this, just behind him,
Nice job.
with his greatsword in hand. But the sergeant is still awake, and he's just witnessed this,
Okay.
and he's gonna try and make a run for it now, down river.
Okay.
These fucking copy passes are great.
I'm gonna also use Bardic Inspiration on. Oh no, I've already used it on Johnny.
Yeah, you've already used it on
So,
Johnny.
yeah. I mean, that's the end of my go.
Okay.
Can I defer my action until those guys have managed to climb up or have fallen?
Sure. So, yeah, on your turn, I'm going to roll to see if they successfully climb up.
Okay.
And then we'll go from there.
So Johnny, right?
Yeah. Can I use a cantrip and a spell in the same turn?
No.
I don't think so.
So
Not
cantrip
unless
is
one
not-
of them is a bonus action. Cantrips are still an action. Generally.
Oh no.
Lysha will be fine.
Jesus
What?
Christ.
So, can I
Wait, are both of them asleep or just one of them? I'm
Just
sorry,
one of
I
them.
missed that.
Can
Just
I
the
do-
knight?
Yeah,
can I do an
just the knight.
action and a bonus action?
Yeah.
Okay.
Depends what the bonus action is, though, right?
Well, the bonus action is healing word.
Does
then
it
I
say
then I
it
want
can
to
be
do
a bonus action?
No, it says time 1 BA.
One bonus action.
Oh,
Yeah.
well
Yeah.
then, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. So, how far away is the sergeant at this point?
Sergeant is 15 feet.
Okay, but he's making a run for it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to command the sergeant to halt in his place. Actually, no. I'm going to command him to come towards us, to approach us.
Okay.
And that's a wisdom 13 in order to hit this. So I'm gonna roll, and it's a 15.
Do I get a saving throw?
The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw. Oh, so he does the wisdom throw. Sorry, that's my beat.
Okay, and I've got
So
to beat
you
a
need-
13.
yeah, wisdom 13.
Nope. He stops and turns around and slowly starts to walk back. Yeah.
This sergeant is just your puppet.
Yes.
And what about that bonus action?
Now I'm doing the bonus action is healing word. So I'm just going to use a regular level 1 healing word, which is 1d4 plus my ability modifier, which is 3.
Or would that just stabilize her, would it?
Yeah, pretty much, I guess.
No, I'd take any magical healing. I would take the hit points and be alive again immediately.
Gotcha.
Alright, so
That's pretty friendly, to be honest.
alright,
Considering you just got fucking ruined by old mate.
Considering my jugular's been
You've got
nicked,
a
he's
double
just losing
attack.
a jugular.
so that's 5 health.
5 health.
Nice.
The carry is alive again.
So you're conscious now. As
I
well.
am now conscious, but I am still prone, presumably, because I imagine I was on the ground.
Yeah.
Despacito.
What about the rest of the lyrics?
What?
All right.
As I'm casting healing word,
Can't
onto
believe that you
Lysha,
don't
I
speak
just sing the
Spanish.
lyrics to Despacito.
Where's prone? There's prone. Damn, see?
I'm flexing on fools. What have you done?
Revival. I put the knight to sleep.
Eren,
Good job, mate.
it's your go.
Right. Do these boys
Let's find
climb
them
up?
out.
All right, here we go.
One of them manages to pull his way up. The other one, as he grasps for the embankment, it's too slippery, and the current, which is now the water swelling up from the rain, pulls him under, and he lets out a little yelp before he just gets sucked into the murky depths, and you can see some thrashing about. But one of them, guard number 1, manages to stand on the embankment and raises his sword to you.
I'm gonna lean on the pommel of my sword and say to him, "Listen, my man, the gods have smiled upon you this day. You made it across the bridge. Are you sure you want to go and meet them so soon? There is no need to fight. Your forces have dwindled. Your captain is asleep. The other is trying to dodge an orbital laser. If you want to end it here, then we can. But perhaps it would be more prudent if you were to lay down your arms."
Roll a persuasion check.
15.
Okay. He stops to consider. He's just seen his ally, his friend, fall into the murky depths. He knows that the state of this party is dismantled. You could hear the bloodshed occurring, the orbital laser cannon tearing up the ground and the earth, and he drops his sword and makes a run for the upstream.
He wants to run.
Yeah, he's gonna start running upstream.
I don't know if we want to. Yeah. Well, I don't know if I want to let him run away. That's the thing.
You just persuaded him not to fight.
Yes, no, but I have manacles. I actually wanted to detain
I
him.
see.
Yeah. Okay. Can I catch him and put him in manacles? He dropped his sword, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I will try and catch him.
Yeah, you gotta try and roll an athletics check.
Oh, sick. You're gonna have to kill another running away unarmed person.
I get +6, so 19.
Oh.
19?
Whoa.
Yeah, well, you sprint down after him, rugby tackle him into the dirt, and he doesn't go far, and you successfully
Gotta pinch
grapple
his
him.
cheeks a little bit.
Yeah.
Hey, gotcha, yeah.
Successfully grapple him and capture him.
Cool. So can I just put the manacles on him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He is captured. Lysha, I believe you're stable. You've been healed.
I'm alive.
Yeah, you're in prone position, right?
I am prone. I would
I'm not
spend my
prone,
action to slowly get to my feet, probably.
Okay. And the night is still out cold. At this point,
Wait. Never mind. I already said I would, so it's fine.
the Sarge is slowly walking towards you, and at this point, he didn't get far. But, what?
Whoa!
He is
What?
Papega. I don't know. I've only just seen it. This guy is dead.
Wait, that's on me.
Oh, yeah.
The Papega.
Because you summoned the sergeant back towards us.
Go back and watch
commanding
episode
him
2.
Not to hurt us.
Sarge has now walked up to you guys, and Sarge walked up to you, and he's drawn his sword, and is going to take a swing at you, Johnny.
Alright. Well, I couldn't command him not to attack. I can only command
Why
his
not?
movement.
Oh, no.
I see.
I'm not that Papega, you moron.
I mean, that's.
I wish I
what we
could
did last
communicate
time.
with you guys right now across this river. Because we have a hostage. It's fine.
Okay. Sorry, he doesn't have a sword. He has a mace.
A mace.
Yes,
Okay.
he has a
So
mace.
he's about to smush your little skull into.
So he's going to... What's your AC, Johnny?
My AC, I believe, is 11.
11? Okay. Takes a swing at you. 2 fast actions as he goes... Again, this guy also has multi-attack. The first one just misses you as you step back, but the second one he steps forward, slams down, and just catches you with the mace. And he is going to do 8 damage to you as he slams the mace down and connects right into your ribcage.
Mild.
Mace to the face.
Mace to the face.
Sorry,
Elati me.
I need to wrap up in about 15 minutes.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. So that's what he does. But other than that, it is now time for you, Alan,
My turn.
to make your decision.
I'm gonna attempt to stab the knight in the throat. This sleeping knight.
Okay. Do you get like a sneak advantage on that?
Can you just detain him as well?
No.
You're gonna stab him in the face.
Who are
Okay.
you stabbing in the face?
The knight.
Oh.
You. Whew, I mean, we can have this discussion later, Lysha. I don't think you're in any position to have ethical qualms with me fragging this knight.
What are you suggesting?
It's an automatic crit on the knight.
Yeah, you have a. He's sleeping.
anything.
So
Yeah, he's sleeping.
He's
Alright.
gonna die.
Roll to hit. I mean, do you need to roll to hit? He's sleeping on the floor.
You get advantage to attack.
No, you automatically. Yeah.
Advantage on the attack and auto crit on success is apparently what
Right.
Joe said.
Okay.
So that's a.
You roll twice.
You roll
need
twice,
to.
you get advantage.
I mean, he rolled a 19, so unless he rolls a nat 20.
That's a 24 to hit with the dagger.
Yeah, that's a hit. As he's lying on the floor,
And then-
breathing.
And then a crit. What does crit actually do?
You get double damage.
Double damage.
Oh, okay.
So I think you just double what your damage roll is instead of roll.
don't
That
roll
makes
like
sense. Joe says if there were no other foes in combat, the hit would be automatic, but since there's still a sergeant flailing around, that's why you had to roll.
You double the dice rolls, but not the modifier.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Whoa.
So that's a 8. Oh, no, you double the dice roll, but
Not the modifier.
Right, okay, so that's a 5.
5 damage. Alright, so as you bring the dagger
Stab
and
him in the face
kneel
for
down,
5 damage.
you try and get an angle off onto his face to try and slam it through, but his helmet actually stops a lot of it. You actually kind of fumble it in your hurry, and
Also,
you
yeah, that wakes him up, by the way.
you
Any
just
damage he takes wakes
you
him
just cut him straight into the cheek, from what you can tell, and that jolts him back up, and
up. He's still prone.
he's still prone, but now he grips you by the neck. And he is now going to be grappling you. And he grapples you. He works you into neutral. Holy moly. Grabs you into the neck and now grabs you like this. And
You guys have to find
Takes
a way out of
you,
this. I cannot get to you right now.
takes you
I'm
hostage
hanging
and
out
says, "Take one more step closer and I'm going to tear his neck. Tear it.
Swear it.
Tear his
I
neck."
have the moral high ground.
That means he's gonna
Norwalyn,
wear it and then
aka Lysha,
twerk
the
it
Dusty
with it.
Day
It's
like, got you
Norwalyn,
like
aka
this.
Lysha movie
like-
Norwalyn, aka Lysha top fragger and server Norwalyn, aka Lysha the hypocrite Norwalyn, aka Lysha walking death zone Norwalyn.
He's got you in a headlock, and he says, "Take
Okay.
one more step
I see
closer, and I'll tear his head off like a twig." He's not very good with analogies.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. What are you guys gonna do?
He's got you.
Figure it out.
It's you, Johnny.
Johnny. All right, here we go. Big decision in Johnny's hands.
Calmly in this situation.
Very
I
calm.
see the knight, of course, grappling my fellow bard here by the neck. Pretty poor situation, but I'm very confident in my abilities.
Good.
And I am going to cast Necrotic Strike onto the knight.
Oh dear God.
And I will simply just touch the knight
what level
on
is
his
it?
shoulder. Very calm, level 2. And I will roll 4d10.
Oh my
So
God.
what's the save?
There is
There
none.
isn't one.
He
Just
just
the save.
Just
Yeah.
damage.
That is
If he currently has a hostage, I'm the DM. Why am I asking you?
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll to see if he successfully puts Alan in the line of sight as you go to touch him.
Wait,
He has Alan as a hostage, so
Yeah, it's a touch
Roll
attack.
your damage.
It is a touch attack, right? Don't you still need to roll to hit with a touch attack?
No.
No, okay.
roll your damage.
what?
He's using Alan as a human shield.
You
This
guys
is
are...
a d10. No, it's a 9.
Oh yeah, you do have to roll to hit. I was wrong. You do.
Do I? Roll. What do I roll to hit?
Joe says you have to roll to hit. You
It
just
says
roll.
one action, touch.
Yeah, you roll against his AC.
Really?
But what's
That's-
your
that's your
modifier?
normal
It's,
attack
it's an attack roll, but what's on what modifier?
I would imagine your spellcasting modifier.
Proficiency,
Proficiency bonus
plus your
plus spellcasting
spellcasting.
modifier. So you use wisdom, is that
Probably
right?
plus
Or charisma, as a cleric.
D20 plus 5. You have plus 5 because you have 2 and then plus 3.
Yeah, so
Okay.
roll a d20 and add 5.
Okay.
That's not bad.
Hit.
Crit fail.
Josh!
What does that mean?
So
That means he hits.
Wait,
Josh.
what? You
I
can't.
mean, I could roll. I still have
Oh
the inspiration.
my
roll
God.
roll your
Do I
damage,
still have the
Johnny.
No, it
inspiration
doesn't work for
and
crit
shit?
fails.
Roll your damage.
4d10.
Yeah, roll the damage.
What's a fucking d10? Is this a d10?
So I'm getting
Oh.
choked out, and from my
Yeah.
point of view, what I see is Johnny
Yes,
calmly,
Reaching
in
out.
his own
Right
words,
now,
calmly,
yeah,
Calmly
that's a
come
reaching
and
out.
touch me.
That
Which one is the d10?
So when you were just
Oh
holding with
my
the zeros on it, that's a
God.
percentage die
This
and a
one?
d10.
Yeah.
Okay. 4d10.
4d10! First one's a 10!
No, that's a 1. That's a 1. Zeros are 10.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
1.
One. Lucky.
Okay, 2.
2, so that's
3
3.
damage. 12 damage.
Oh dear.
14 damage.
So I did roll to see if he would be able to definitely put you in a line of sight, but a crit fail really just puts it over the edge. So as Johnny calmly walks over and attempts to touch the knight on his shoulder, he spins around Alan and pushes him sort of into your hand, and you deal 14 damage to Alan. And you start to see Alan's skin just melt away at which you're touching.
Oh my God.
How much? 14 damage?
14 damage.
Fuck me, I'm on 5 health. Almost all of it being inflicted by Johnny the Wise.
Papega Wizard.
Johnny the Papega. Right, fantastic.
Oh my god.
And I'm still being held by him as well, presumably.
Yeah.
And I'm on the other side of
We both have five
this river, just tickling the guy.
So, yeah. It is now your turn, Eren.
Okay, so just one thing out of curiosity, what's the quality of this guy's gear? Because if I can get some gear off this guy, I mean, like, what are we talking?
It's not as good as yours.
Okay.
I mean, you can tell just from. I mean, you're on top of the guy and you've got him in manacles, so you can tell that he's been equipped by the local militia.
Right.
But so it's like reasonable stuff, but
Yep.
it's not as good
Nothing
as yours.
crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. Just to get what he has a sword.
Just
he
a
has-
sword, some standard studded leather armor.
Okay, that's fine. Nothing crazy. No, I'm just gonna sit there with him, like, and just be like,
Oh, I'm not.
I'm just gonna chill for the
Yeah.
time being. You try and get some shelter, drag him to shelter. I guess if there's trees on the other side, like.
Yeah, there are.
I'll cast a light cantrip so at least I can be seen across the river by them, so they know where to go. But
Okay. Lysha, you are now presumably stood up.
I am.
Having just watched Johnny
I am.
almost kill me.
why am I the Papega? Asked Johnny the Wise.
So the knight is alive and the sergeant's alive, right?
Uh huh.
Okay, at this point, shit. I would. Okay. I would be trying to like yell at them that we should stop fighting, which I realize how hypocritical that is. While I reach out, like seeing what's just happened to him, and like try and grab his wrist to cast Bark Skin on him. I would touch a willing creature until the spell ends. The target's skin has a rough bark-like appearance, and your AC can't be less than 16, regardless of what kind of armor you're wearing.
Okay.
I'm making you harder to hit, basically.
Helpful.
Allan status twed.
So if I'm able to like grab him in the process of this, I don't know. It has to be a willing person, so.
Yeah.
Presumably you'll be able to touch his foot. Yeah.
Cool.
I won't get my foot on the table for the roleplay. That's really the limits of what I'm.
Do I really want to do that though? I mean, I guess it's a second level spell. It's my last one. I don't really want to do it. I'm not gonna do that. I lied to you. I'm gonna help you.
All right.
Instead, I'm going to cast a first level spell called Entangle, which I should have done a long time ago.
Always the way, isn't it? Always the way.
Grasping weeds and vines sprout from the ground in a 20-foot square, starting from a point within range. For the duration, these plants make it difficult terrain. Easy for me to say. A creature in the area when you cast the spell must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained by the entangling plants until the spell ends.
Okay.
A creature restrained by the plants can use its action to make a strength check against my spell to free itself. So I'd be trying to, I mean, presumably, unfortunately, Allan would be in this sphere as well, but trying to make the edge of the radius just catch
Entangle
those
them.
two, and that would probably also, unfortunately, catch
Can you put Allan in between the knight and the Sarge?
I mean, yeah.
I'm just loving what the chat is saying about Johnny as well. We don't negotiate with terrorists, Johnny shouts, melting the flesh of his party.
So the knight and the sergeant need to make a strength saving throw.
I've already
you as
made it.
well.
Me as well. I mean, I'm
They need a
fucking tangled.
14.
He needs a 14. Okay, he did not. He did not.
Oh, I
Oh,
said.
you rolled a 14.
He did not succeed.
So I'm not tangled.
So you're not entangled.
Well, would I roll with disadvantage because I've been grappled?
Possibly.
The way I'm looking at, so you cast this spell to entangle them with the vines, and they sprout out of the ground and split up in between Allan and
The knight.
the knight. And as they start to try and work their way around you, Allan, you notice the grip lessens of the big knight, and he starts to slowly get entangled by all of these vines and whatnot. But you successfully brush your way out and roll to the safety of your party.
Okay.
And is the sergeant, did he succeed or is he also tangled?
Oh, he succeeded, all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
The terrain that he's on is still now difficult terrain, so he has like disadvantage. He moves like half speed basically.
Yeah. Okay.
But only while in that radius. So the knight is tangled for 1 minute.
Excellent. Well, the Sarge is now going to take this opportunity to strike at Johnny again. He's got a vendetta against this man. He recognizes him as the one who was dressed in the enemy's gear when they met on that road. He recognizes him as the one who commanded him to abandon his men. And he has a personal vendetta that he wishes to fill out. So he's going to be taking another strike at you.
Just out of curiosity, Johnny, was that damage you did to Sideshow the most that you've done to anyone in this campaign?
Yes, I can answer that for him. Yes.
Yep.
It fucking
There you
hurt.
go. What do you mean? The chat star didn't have to do damage. He was a smart boy. I mean, I could have just killed that guy.
AC's 11, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So he's going to swing at you again twice with the mace. This time, both times are going to connect. It is a fit of rage. You see the vines try and entangle him, and he rolled a natural 20 with the escaping the vines. So he just bursts out of the vines, just like flexes his muscles. You can see he's getting quite vascular in the arms as the vines just explode off of him, and he goes for 2 huge double-handed swings with the mace, and he's gonna hit you for.
Johnny otherwise cries slightly.
He's going to hit you for 12 damage
Holy shit.
as he slams down into the side of you.
Okay.
Yeah. So, what does that put you down onto? 7 damage. 7 health. Okay, yeah. And the knight needs to make a check to see if he can break out of it. He does not. The knight is still entangled. Now, he's screaming in rage now as he's trying to escape, but to no success. And now it's your turn, Alan.
My turn.
Yep.
My turn.
Just been.
I've just rolled away.
You just
out
rolled
of
away.
the-
Your flesh is melting off you because of
Because of the necrotic
shit.
shit. Okay.
grasp.
Can I cast Cure Wounds on myself? Is it a self-heal kind of thing?
So,
A creature you touch. I don't know.
yes, you can.
Josh
Yeah.
didn't take the
Yeah.
damage from
Alright,
the
I'm gonna
necrotic, did he?
I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Okay.
1d8 plus 5. 12. So I heal up for 12. And I'm just gonna. Yeah, that's it.
Yep. All right, Johnny. This is your go. Still have bardic inspiration.
Yeah, you still have that bardic inspiration, by the way.
Yeah. I'm going to use Prayer of Healing and heal me, Lysha, and Alan.
Is it in a radius? You get a choice.
Up to 6 creatures of your choice.
Okay.
What's Olika doing during all this?
Just kind of watching from the bushes. she's in awe of all of this kicking off. She saw you sprout wings and just fly off into the distance.
Wait, is that 10-minute cast? What? 10 minutes?
Yeah, so it had to be like out of
You'd
combat.
have to be like
Oh my.
doing a ritual out of combat. Yeah.
Fuck off.
Wait,
You
what
can
are you
try and
Sorry,
do
Jack.
As the Sarge is beating down on you with a mace, you're like,
Shut up.
chanting. No. What do you want to do?
Can you just end these guys or like incapacitate them fully?
For God's sake,
For
please.
the love of God, just be done with it.
I'm
I'm sat on my plump little catch for the day.
Alright, so I'm borderline just like going full mental right now. So I'm just going to
Full mental.
Yeah, so I'm just going
As
to
in
toss,
no mental.
I'm just going to toss another guiding bolt at this sergeant
Mhm.
in front of me.
Yep. Roll to hit. Was it a saving throw? I don't know.
Yeah,
Killing
it's plus
innocent
5,
people.
right?
Sure.
I'm chilling.
So it's 18.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's gonna hit.
And the damage is for level 2 it's a 5d6.
5d6. That's outrageous damage.
That's 6, 8, 11, 13, 14 damage to the sergeant.
Okay, you channel up this bolt of light and unleash it onto him, Kamehameha style, and it pierces him straight in the side of his abdominal muscle, and it goes clean straight for him. You can see there's a hole there now, blood starting to pour out of the wound that you've just created, and you definitely take a massive chunk out of him. 14 damage, which is... Yeah, he's definitely weakened. He's definitely weakened. Okay. Eren, still your go.
Yep.
Don't really know what you can do.
I can actually just heal myself for what it's worth, so I don't have to do it later on. Yeah, I get 1d10 plus 4 HP back if I once per short rest. I'll just do that. Well,
That's a
yeah,
10.
we have 14 health back, so we're good. We're back to full health.
Alright,
And
nice.
that's all.
Okay, Lysha.
So I'm still using concentration to keep our knight friend here entangled. So simultaneously, our sergeant friend here is still standing.
Yeah, but he's just taking a huge hit.
And you have advantage on the next strike. Does everyone have advantage or just Johnny?
The next
They're all
attack,
standing
I
too
think.
close to
So
me
just
for me
one.
to do what I was gonna do.
Jesus, what?
I
Might
might
have
kill
called
you
down
all.
thunderous lightning and just
Well, I
team
was
frag
gonna use
everyone.
thunder wave.
Thunderwave.
Basically, it would like throw a big wave of thunder, and everyone gets pushed 10 feet away from me and takes 2d8 damage.
Mad OP.
Some people would have ended up in the river.
No one's standing on that side of me based on that.
Oh yeah, they get pushed deeper into the land.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet we also know that like we can choose not to kill them. Like
Yeah,
we
well,
can
that's
use,
so.
like, a
At this point,
bludgeoning.
I guess I would try to. I have rope, And since he is entangled, I would be attempting, like, while the sergeant, because it looks like Johnny and Allan are standing between us, I would be trying to, like, bind the knight.
Okay. Yeah.
If possible. Since he's already entangled, I'd be trying to further restrain him so that when my ropes go away,
Sure, you're successful.
he's
yeah.
captured. Okay.
You've bound him.
He's gonna be looking like the Hound after what you did to him. Johnny probably had the same disposition after being marred.
Yeah.
So it is now Alan's. Actually, no, it's my go. With the sergeant. You right there, Sarge. He's set on his warpath. He's going for you again, Johnny.
Oh no.
And he swings twice, but only one of them is going to connect onto you.
Oh Lord.
And he deals 4 damage.
Oh, I'm alive.
Johnny's down to
get back
3
upstairs.
HP.
Yeah. And the knight is entangled.
Alright,
So
love your Twitch chat, I gotta run.
you gotta go.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, Mitch.
It's actually quite
See you, Mitch.
fortuitous that you ended up away from the rest of the
Yeah, I
party,
know
just
exactly.
chilling
I
on
mean,
your own.
yeah, he's just gonna be straight chilling. So
Alright,
sorry, I have to leave early, guys.
Yeah, no worries.
that's
no worries.
okay.
Enjoy.
Aaron's just chilling.
Do you, mate?
Yeah, so Alan,
What?
it is your go.
C'est moi?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I am going to shoot the. I'm going to shoot the knight in the head with my bow, if possible. I rolled away from the knight, right? And
Yeah.
the knight is tangled.
Yep.
So I'm going to try and kill the knight.
He's rope all around him.
What the
Oh,
fuck?
that's the
I
one that you just
found
roped
him.
up. I thought you roped up the sergeant.
Rope all around him.
No.
Help us
Okay.
on the floor, and you're going to point blank draw an arrow and just unleash it into his skull.
Please miss this.
Are you really gonna do that?
No, I'm going to go for the sergeant.
Okay.
gonna
Yeah.
go for
Roll to hit.
Actually, no, I'm not. No, I am going to kill the knight. I failed to kill him the first time. He grappled me.
You have advantage
I got
on it, but you
fucking
still need to
attacked.
hit
I've healed
because
myself
yeah.
up. I'm angry. I'm fucking
All right.
murdering this guy.
Yeah, the Sarge is next to you, so you're not gonna get an insta
Yeah.
hit, but
No, I'm either stabbing or
you get advantage.
shooting.
Yeah.
This.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna stab him again, like I
Okay.
tried to do before.
Yeah.
I get advantage on the attack.
Yeah.
Is that it?
To answer Chat's question, Uber's going to work on a show called The Nines with Cloud9. He'll be around later.
You got a busy day.
That's a 16. Yeah.
With your modifiers,
Yes.
it does not hit.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So again, I just
Even though he's
stupidly
bound?
stab him on the
Yeah,
floor.
he's bound, but I guess he can still wriggle around on the floor, right? I mean, what it doesn't negate his armor. I gave this like, I mean,
gave
you
him
had
disadvantage.
advantage on the roll.
You
Yeah.
rolled
Yeah.
twice and that was the higher
Yeah.
one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like he's still armored up to the nines. It's,
Okay. Well, there you go. I've just stabbed into his armor.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
at which point, like, do I get a reaction because he's next to me and, like, whatever? Because at this point, I'd probably have attacked Sideshow for doing that. While I was trying to bind somebody up, I'd at least have shoved him and knocked him prone.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, we can say that happens in the same. You get to react to Alan's
Miss
attack.
Stabbing.
Yeah, as he goes wildly
I'd be like,
tries to
"What the
stab him.
fuck?"
Okay, so you're now prone
So I'm
on the floor. Yeah, you're prone on the floor.
What the fuck, Druid? Everybody here is trying to kill me.
No response. Just silence.
Just silence.
I will just contemplate what I've done this fight.
Johnny, what would you like to do?
I'm going to once more cast my guiding bolt.
Is that a cantrip?
No, it's a level 2 spell.
How many spell slots do
I
you have?
I have 1 remaining first level, and I have 2 remaining second level. I've cast 4 spells so far this fight.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
So I'm going to use guiding bolt level 2 onto the sergeant.
Do you have it level 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, what? It says like first cast. I don't understand what that means. There's a blue thing that says first cast.
I don't know.
Sorry,
Joe.
where is it? Here.
does here? It's just
Oh, yeah, so it's a first level spell, but you can cast it at a second level, which means that if you cast it at a second level, you get like an extra die. So if you click on the spell,
Yeah. So +1 targets, +1 d6.
right,
Yeah.
it gives you an extra damage.
Alright, so I just do more damage. So I get a roll to hit first. Actually, first.
Are you gonna
Can
use
I use my bonus action first and then the spell?
I don't know. Sure.
Alright, so I'm going to heal myself first with second level healing word, which is 2d4 +3.
Okay. You cannot cast 2 spells in the same round. So if you do this, you can't attack.
Ooh, you can do a
Or you-
spell and
you-
a cantrip,
yeah,
but not
you-
2 spells. Ooh.
Is healing word not a cantrip?
No, it's a spell. It just can be used as a bonus action.
Gotcha.
What does Johnny the Wise do?
Da, da, da.
I'm feeling bloodthirsty, so I'm gonna go for the guiding bolt onto the sergeant.
Jesus told me to.
That's what I'm reading too.
Yeah.
Jesus told me to.
Alright, yeah, so I'm gonna roll to hit.
What are you
this,
doing?
Guiding bolt.
Oh,
onto the
guiding
sergeant.
bolt.
Don't
Yeah.
go.
And who? The sergeant?
Yeah.
Alright, and you have advantage on this. Because
How
nobody
much?
else has attacked the sergeant yet.
How does that work?
Well, you had advantage on, like, the next attack had advantage after the previous guiding
I also
bolt.
haven't used my inspiration yet.
You have an advantage to hit.
Why?
Because that's what guiding bolt does. It gives you advantage the next
Oh,
time.
really?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Alright. Yeah, go for it.
Guiding bolt, make a ranged spell attack against the target. On
Yes,
a hit.
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
you do. You
The
do.
next attack roll made against this target before the end of
Get
your
like a
next turn
homing
spell.
beacon on him.
Alright, okay. So, how much is that then?
What do you mean? You just roll twice.
Oh, okay, I will just roll twice.
Yeah.
Crit fail the first one.
Okay.
Well, it's a good
Well,
job
good
you
thing you got
got to roll
advantage.
twice.
Yeah.
If I crit fail, I get it back. Well,
It slipped out of his hand, but he rolled a 15.
oh,
Okay.
so that's 20 then. 20 and 1.
15, 20.
So
Okay,
20.
roll the damage, yeah.
Yeah, so damage, which is 5d6. 6, 9, 13.
Alright, that's enough. That's enough. He,
20!
you charge up one final little blast of light, and you grab him on the head, and you just fire the beam directly through your hand.
Die, you moron!
And it takes off the upper half of his head as you just cave out his brain with the bolt, point blank shotgun style. Blood splatters all over the back of it in an arc, and you instantly kill him as he drops to his knees.
Bloody hell, mate.
So now the only person is the
See
knight
that?
who's incapacitated. Combat officially over at this point because the knight is tied up.
Johnny, look, it's
Can I cast a spell
What?
at the end?
Sure.
I'm going to
So
cast
cute.
a second level sleep on us 3. On those 2 and on the knight.
What's everyone's HP at?
Low.
3.
Bro.
His is at 3, hers is 5.
Okay. Sure.
I'm going to cast a level 2 sleep.
Yep, do it.
So that gives me 7 d8s.
Okay, do
to
it.
work with. Because these fucking morons have been trying to kill me the entire time.
Okay.
And I've lost
I'm
all
not trying
trust.
to kill you, I just shoved you.
And I am taking matters into my own hands.
Wait,
Oh,
is
no.
she a wood elf? Wood elves are
I can't be
immune
put to
magic.
sleep.
Oh!
Just so
Well,
you know,
I
but
mean,
he doesn't know that.
I would try it anyway.
Yeah,
I have no
you'd
idea.
try it
that she's
anyway, you
immune
wouldn't
to
know.
magical sleep. Alright, what's that? So 3, 9, 10, 11, 17, 19, one more, I think.
No, I think that was.
I lost count.
I think you.
Okay, I think
you're done.
19.
Okay, so Johnny, you're on 3 HP, right?
Yeah.
You immediately just slump to sleep after decapitating dude. The knight also stops resisting, wriggling out of his bonds, and just collapses, still tied up. And Lysha is still
Just
still
has
awake.
no effect.
still awake. Yeah, no
No
effect.
effect.
No effect.
After she's just knocked me to the ground as well. Okay, well,
Resident sleepers in the chat.
what are you planning to do with this knight?
Take him with us, of course.
Take him with us? We don't know how we're going to cross the river. You've bound him up, you've killed everybody else. He's incredibly weak, going to bleed out. And I try and put him out of his misery, and you shove me to the floor. After I've already
Then
nearly
heal
been
the
killed
man
by
and
the
we'll
cliff.
leave him here.
Heal the man. He's a behemoth. You heal him back to full health and kill all three of us.
Heal him enough and we leave him here bound until his comrades come to release him while we get away.
Okay, I'll heal the man. You wake the cleric.
Alright, at which point I just start slapping Johnny in the face, trying to wake him up.
As she goes over to the cleric, I'm going to go over and try and stab him in the throat again.
Okay, well, there's no one here to stop you.
Well, then I'm going to slit his throat.
You roll the damage.
You want to roll damage?
It's a critical hit.
Okay.
He's incapacitated.
What?
But you need to roll enough.
The damage is 1d4 plus 3, but it would be double.
Roll to seduce.
For fuck's sake. 5 damage.
What, with a stab? Again?
The exact same bullshit again, where I rolled a 1, the 1
Okay,
gets
well-
doubled to a 2, and you had a plus 3.
As you
So I face stabbed him twice for 5
As you
damage.
go to stab him once again into into his head, you lose your slipping on the wet mud and just voila, and then just slam the dagger
To Joe's
into
point,
his shoulder.
you can also just automatically decide it works because there are no comrades to protect him. It's your choice as a DM.
I would say that you slipped, but luckily you hit the main artery in the neck, and he is now dead.
So but I fumbled it.
You fumbled it, but you accidentally succeeded.
Okay.
Yeah. The knight.
Yeah, plus it should also have been crit damage, which is max damage plus 2, so it would automatically have been 6 from being a crit, and then...
Right, but isn't... I was told the way that crit works is you double whatever you roll, and then you add the modifier. Is that not how it works?
It might be.
I don't know.
Whatever.
All you need to know is you've
Regardless,
killed him.
Right, yeah.
He is bleeding out on the floor, and he lets out a gargle, and then you hear the words out of his mouth.
American style.
I'm sorry, my lord.
I like it.
Huh? Yeah.
Yeah, he's dead.
Cleric, you're lucky I don't kill you as well. What the hell was that?
It was not my fault. The knight merely swung me as a shield.
Perhaps casting your dumb magic on somebody who is holding a hostage.
Are you calling my magic dumb?
I'm
Did
calling
you
dumb.
kill this man?
Of course I killed this man. I'm not going to heal him up. That is entirely a foolish endeavor. We already have one hostage on the other side. You've slaughtered like 7 of them already, single-handedly. The bridge is...
Right.
What was that all about?
This dissonance has kicked in for me, and like the fact that I just killed all these people, and that you're like just killed this man in front of me, and I'm super angry, and so I'm probably gonna freak out a little bit and cast Thunderwave.
All right. Well, hold on.
Depending
hold
on where
hold,
everybody's standing
hold
with me, because it could
on.
fling you into the river.
Okay,
Hold
well,
on.
right, here we go. Yeah, our actions have led to some serious tension within the group. I've nearly been murdered twice.
Sarge, dead. You have walked over here, slit his throat, presumably. Lysha's still here. Johnny is still here.
And Olika is well out of the way, right?
Yeah, Olika's back here. So,
Okay.
I mean, you cast it. Nobody can stop you from casting it, right?
Right. So, in a 15-foot cube,
Cube.
originating from me,
Cube.
cube.
So one doof 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 doof.
Yeah.
Not like a sphere.
It says in a 15-foot cube
Cubes,
originating from me,
cubes
so it goes
start
up
in
as
front
well.
of you and go like that.
No, that's a cone.
No, but I mean,
No.
the way that cubes work is they go like...
So
You're
it pushes you
Shell,
back.
15
you're at a
foot
face
cube.
of the
No.
cube. It's not a sphere. It doesn't go around you. Cubes are like in front of you.
Is that true?
Yeah, I've seen the diagrams.
Cool. Well, if that's true, it'd be in your direction.
Fuck.
So the cube that you're doing.
It's like you're stood on one face of the cube.
Yeah. So it would be what, like here?
I am not the center of the cube. I am a face of it. Okay,
Right.
that's fine.
So you just killed the knight, but you're like here. So fuck knows where you go.
Wait, I can't see the diagram. I'm gonna have to look on the stream. What? Papega Lord. Why have you?
Yeah, that wasn't me. That wasn't me. You can get rid of that.
Thank you.
But you were right here. You just killed the knight here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a wave of thunderous force sweeps out from me. Each creature in a 15-foot cube originating from me must make a con saving throw. On a failed save, you take 2d8 thunder damage and are pushed 10 feet away from me. And on a successful save, you'll take half as much damage and aren't pushed.
So I have to make a con saving throw.
In addition, unsecured objects that are completely within the area of effect are automatically pushed 10 feet away from me. So if there's like any dirt, rocks, whatever, they'd all go flying.
Yeah.
What's the success?
Success, did you beat a 14?
No.
Then you fail.
So, how much damage
so
did you take?
2d8. So this is 98, right?
Well, this has gone to
You are
shit.
starting a
10.
fucking war.
I didn't mean to.
Oh,
Can
I
you
know
hand
you
me a
didn't mean
D8?
to, but I do not take these kind of actions lightly.
Oh, here's a d8. Lysha didn't take you killing someone. You said you were going to heal lightly either. Hypocritical or not. That's 6.
6, okay, so I'm on 9 health.
Where'd you fly to?
And you flew 10 feet like away from me. So
Away from
I
the
guess
center of the
I'm
cube,
here.
presumably.
You
The
would
cube's in
fly-
front of you right now.
How big are these squares right now?
I don't know.
One square was 20 foot.
Oh, so he's basically like there.
Yeah, but let's scale it down because we don't need the rest of the river as it stands. So let's assume.
So if they're 5 feet like usual.
Yeah, let's assume they're 5 feet.
So he was standing here, so 5, 10, 15, right?
Yeah. And Johnny would go this way.
No, Johnny's not in the cube because he was behind me, so it's really only sideshow.
Ah, okay. All right. Sure.
And I've been sent flying backwards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Some flying backwards, knocked prone, I think, maybe.
And like
Yeah.
I'm kind of at this point like almost hysterical, just like crying and screaming and like
All right.
this
Well,
isn't what I signed up for.
I think this might be a good place to leave it. Leave the campaign.
Yeah. The party's in ruins.
The party is in ruins. My laptop is still on the table. Yep, the party's in ruins. So Uber is on the other side with a hostage of this flowing river. The rain is battering down. Johnny almost murdered Allan. Allan almost murdered some other people. Lysha almost murdered part of the party.
Lysha almost murdered Allan. Johnny
Yeah.
almost murdered Allan. The knight almost murdered Allan.
Yeah,
And Allan sat there and healed himself.
yeah. Pretty much.
And
So
was angry at everybody else for almost murdering
that's
him.
what's happened. And I think that's
You put a knife
where
to
we'll...
sleep briefly and tried to jank him too.
I think that's where we'll leave it.
Didn't quite succeed.
Fucking hell.
Maybe you should have stabbed better, you moron.
Yeah.